night when the sky turns.
What up, everybody? How are we doing? Hello, hello. Who do we have here? I am all out of food since I've been here. Even though I thought I was ready, I am never ready. What is wow? What is wow, love? Hello, hello. What's up, P? All right. We've done just a tale. How are we doing? How are we doing? I'll put this. I don't know what I'm put this. All right. All right. Who do we have? Let's see. We got Belle. We got Liz. We got P. We got Van. Oh, we got Mr. Raz, Mr. Lego himself. What is going on? What's up, everybody? Put that over there for now. Haha. Got a little scratch on my ear too. How we doing, everyone? How are we doing on this Wednesday night? Whew. We glad to be back? Are we glad to be back? All right. Why isn't right? I'm off. Yeah, well, yeah. I guess maybe I still am on parole. Who knows at this point? I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm right. Oh man, that was crazy. Crazy few days for the wildest reasons ever. Yes, the digital doghouse. We are out. We are ungrounded. We have been ungrounded to celebrate. Let's get into it. Dr. Lego, no worries, no worries. What's up, Mr. Raz? Doctor, speaking of that, as soon as he says that, Dr. Lego has entered the chat. What's up? Why is my ear so itchy all of a sudden? What's up? Oh, Jessica showed up too. What's up? Hello, hello, hello. We got so much stuff to talk about. There's nothing good as we just gonna turn you. Nothing good's popping up on my my shuffle list, and I'm not in the mood to sit there and play shuffle around until I find a song I like. So we'll just let it go. The songs I gotta take out later on. Ah, Timmy, are you okay? Hey, what's up, DW? My consort has announced my present seems. Dun, 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 dun. Yes, it does. Yes, ha ha ha. Consort, that is epic. Epic. That's funny. How's everybody doing tonight? Ooh, let me move that out of the way because that is annoying right now. What's wrong? Did you just hurt yourself? Oh. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hang on. You were gonna go to the grocery mixed greens, yes. Mixed greens for my new diet, yes. Mixed greens and Greek yogurt, yes. God bless. I'm a hunter-gatherer again. Oh my Lord. Anyway, how is everybody doing this evening? All right. Sorry. P and Wiser running the cell block. That's funny. Belle, thank you. You've been in the fan club for 3 months. Thank you. That's pretty epic. Wise, why? Yes. P. What's up? Wise, do you like beat games? Do you like... I finished a Mafia romance. Okay. That sounds cool. I like Mafia. Mafia's fun. Do I like beat games? Like, what do you mean like beat games? Like the tap, that one? Like that? I was practically forced into reading it. I expected it to be I'm no good at those, but Lizface is good at those. So I will let her know. I'm still on a post book. Oh, dang. That must have been a good one if I got P like that. Okay. Yeah, let me know the name of the game. I'll give it a try if it's one of those good just to like sit around and do nothing. But I was gonna say something. Did y'all know that it's
The mail's here. Let's go. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
We've got mail. Dun, 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 dun. So this right here is, I already know what this box is. It is. She taped this up really good. I should have like pre-opened this one. Here we go. There we go. That's a lot of packing tape. There we go. All right. Don't want to mess the box up because that's a cool box. So this is the book from M.A. Levy that she sent us. I believe it's The Beast Within. I believe that's what it is called. Pull it up here. We're getting through the tape. Dang, tape that one up good. Good Lord, that tape is on there. All right, here we go. And oh, look at that! Look, Timmy. Oh, we gotta make your hands a little bigger. Ooh, Timmy got a new sword, y'all. She said, Timmy, we gonna make you a bigger hand for this sword, my guy. Timmy got a cool little sword. Hell yeah. Cha-ching. Fucking Timmy sword. Oh, wait. I mean, Timmy got a nice little shiny object that is good to do things with, like poking food. Yes. Like doing that. Because we here on Wise Beyond the Stories are a family-friendly show. And we would not talk about bleaching assholes. I mean, wait, we do, and it's okay, but yet we can't. Anyway, hi everybody, how are we doing? We're trying to figure out if we can like booty beads, right? Right? We can talk about booty beads, and I got confetti all over me. Okay, whoo. That's a cool sword. Oh, I see the sword. Oh, look at that. Oh, wait, where'd it go? Ah, hang on. Maybe not. Close, maybe. I don't know. Ooh, Beast to the Flames. That one's by M.A. Levy. All right, we're going to get into this one pretty soon. Ooh, that's pretty cool how it's the dark pages with the right. It's the opposite of the writing. Interesting. So I know a couple people. Why we still haven't established? I'm sorry. I forgot. We haven't established a contingency plan. You're right. We don't have our pace plan yet. I will. Thank you very much. All right. So this is awesome. This is cool. I'm excited to get into that one. MA, hopefully you will see this. I'm super excited. Flames to the Beast by M.A. Livy. We're going to get to this soon, folks. I'm excited to read that. It's about shifters. And the author says it's only like a one or two star on the spicy, not very spicy. So super excited about that one. This one, woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, I'm so excited about this one because let me tell you what. Ooh, even YouTube thinks, right? Oh my Lord, Belle, did everybody hear what Belle apparently on Sunday? I guess after we were grounded, I guess YouTube sent like a little pop-up to some people and said, hey, do you think this stream was manipulative or something? That was wild, right? I have no idea. It's crazy. But anyway, this one says mini-wise, so I think that means I can get my t-shirt back. I think that means I can get my other shirt back. I think that means I can get my shirt back. I think I can get my shirt back. I can get my shirt back. Ha! Amaze! That's fucking amaze! Yes, that's epic. Thank you, love. You are amazing. Thank you, Dr. Lego. Mr. Raz, y'all are fucking amazing. I mean, y'all are really swell people. Thank you so very well much. We appreciate it, and we will definitely send the greatest of... Oh, no. Wait. Here you go. Oh, okay. Yes. Here you go. Here.
Hi.
There you go.
Yes.
All right. Go. Get out of here. Go put my other one on my bed. All right. And that's how fast that gets taken around here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wise's house. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's how it goes. All right. Thank you so much. Now, these ones, I don't know where these came from.
Thank you, guys.
Finger hearts. All right. Thank you. She is. I don't know where these ones came from, but okay, here we go. We got two of these packages. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so scared. Remember, we don't know what's coming up. All right. Ooh, here we go. Oh, we're not looking. Oh, wait. Okay, I don't want to. Oh, here we go. We're going this way. Are we ready? What is this? What is that? What is this? Ooh. Crown Prince of the Val Baron Fae. God damn it, baby Jesus. You know, I'm a man and I have no problem wearing this man's face on my chest. I will tell you that right now. That is fucking beautiful. God damn it, baby Jesus. I tell you what. Run, mother freaking Dannon. Oh, okay. Oh my God. You, Dr. Lego. Dr. Lego, we're going to have a discussion. Dr. Lego. I tell you what. Oh, I got one. And one for... I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Ooh, that's... Oh, my Lord. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hopefully they're not going to take that one because I want them mine. Thank you so much. Seriously. Oh, my Lord. Thank you. You guys are so freaking amazing. The gifts and all the support. Seriously, it is so much more than I could ever have possibly freaking imagine. Like, seriously, I never did I freaking ever. Never did I ever. Never did I ever. Never. Ah! All right, so, man, I am crazy. Okay, also, listen, in case something happens, since we just talked about it earlier, in case something happens, and the tiki-talkie, they don't like, because we call somebody a smart head, you know what I mean? And if we just get, listen, if we just get, oh, hey, your shirt's dry-ish.
No, it's still all over me.
That's what I said. I mean, sorry. Just put it in laundry room. We'll just put a stick on it and we'll be away.
I'm gross, you guys.
She's not gross. She's not gross. She was cooking dinner. She was cooking dinner. She's cooking dinner. But yeah, so anyway, if for some reason on the tiki-talkie they were like, no, you're grounded again, then did you see? Yes, here you go. If you're grounded again, if we get ground, we're just turned off the tiki-talkie and we're just gonna stay on the UB-Tubi for now.
Oh,
Okay.
DW, I was rune. Nice.
What do you mean, Rune? That is Rune Dannon, Crown Prince of the Valbaran Fae. Okay, let's just
Nice.
we say that man. No, I'm just playing.
Anyway, I was frying schnitzel and I dropped it and it splashed the oil all over the front of my shirt. I then tried to wash it out in the sink because I
Use
was
his government name.
trying to be too lazy to change, but this might work.
She said this might work. I will always use that man's full government name 99.9999% of the time. Oh, my Lord. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you oh so much. Dawn soap on oil always works.
That's what I thought. I sprayed the Dawn all over myself. I
All
just like, and then washed it out. And
you might have to do a little scrub here, let it soak for a minute.
Maybe. I'll go do that again.
And again, and again, and again, and again, and again, and again. All right, so.
Show the shirt.
Oh, my bad. I'm out the way. I'm out of the way. I'm out of the way.
Thank you, ladies. Don't worry, I'll give it back. Maybe. Alcohol.
I
I'll
have
try
my
that.
own right there.
We can match.
See, the light bulb just hit her. Wait, what? She's like, the cue's like, wait, what? That's what wise ass do. She's like, wait, what? Oh, what did you say?
There's more.
But wait, there's more. I don't want the oil covered shirt, my love. You silly goose. She's wild. See what I have to deal with, folks, and I like it. Anyway, all right. So again, I think okay, we did that. Yeah, we're good. Let's see. How are we doing on the? Ooh, you've got your first wheel spin. Let's get that going. It's been a few days since you had a wheel spin. Let's see what happens. Here we go. Ready? All right. Hopefully you get a good one to start out. All right. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, that's not a bad one. She says it's still rigged. Why is it still rigged? Why are we rigged, Pooh?
How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally.
That is kind of funny, Belle. That is kind of funny.
I'm just following my destiny. How bad
We just got out of TikTok jail.
I'm just doing what comes naturally.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Can I be? How bad can I
Possibly be. Well, apparently TikTok thinks I'm bad enough to be muted for 72 hours. I'm just saying. Ooh, I had to show her this. Gosh, dang it. Ah! Babe, Liz, come back. No, come back. We need to make a new hand for Timmy. Bigger hole. That's what she said. All right, we'll get to that. All right. So, okay, let's be honest now. How many people have been able to? I was shocked when I heard there are some people that are behind me on the read, which is crazy. It's a bookmark. I am so behind, it's ridiculous. That's okay, Court. A bookmark. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, that's cool. We can use it as a bookmark. We're going to make Timmy a bigger hand. He got a bigger handhole, and Timmy will hold the bookmark until I read the book. 46. What? I am destroying all. I am the fastest reader. Not really. I'm just going to be quiet. I know y'all been busy. It is a crazy week. Oh, my Lord. Okay. Yeah. Before we get going, everybody, please. Oh, I don't man it. Finish CC. I don't blame you, girl. Finish CC. You just hit 50. Okay. Nice. She's like, I am all of them. Oh, wow. That's a lot, DW. Wow. Holy shnikes. Okay. So, just so everybody knows, we will be so busy. We have 2 events tomorrow. Like, this is how busy we are. We have 2 events tomorrow. We have 1 event Friday. We're going to event Saturday. We're going live Sunday for brunch. I don't think we have anything Monday, but we're going live. Tuesday we have something. Wednesday we have something. That Saturday we have something. Like, there's so... Right, but we're that night, right? Sunday, yes. Sunday night, I believe we are watching House of the Dragons. Yes, I thought so. Oh yeah, 7 to 7 Central to 10 Central. House of the Dragon. In lieu of brunch, that way everybody could do their family stuff, because for Mother's Day, Liz has opted to go. We're going to go to a Ren Fest. So we're just going to do, since everybody's doing that, we're doing, chilling out with family, having family during the day. And then we're going to do House of the Dragon Sunday. So, yes. Outfits for House of the, for what? Is the first yeah, we have a few places that have Ren fairs. We have a few that are around here, and I mean, for us, as long as there's one, we can just go as long as there's one. So we've got one that's north of us, like 2 that are south, and then of course, this is gonna make videos, and then of course the Texas Renaissance Festival, which is the largest Renaissance festival in America, is down in Houston, which is actually right around where we grew up, believe it or not. So that's pretty cool. But yes. Yeah, I don't think the show's very kid friendly, but no, that's why I said no. That's why we're watching House of Dragon. No, Lord, no, we're House of the Dragon this Sunday evening. No, not right. Yes, okay. She just came out like, wow, we've been that's the problem. Our schedule's so busy right now. Thinking of our schedule makes us tired. And until school's out in however many days. Dang it, you're right. The sword! Let's back, go back. Oh well. Anyway. Chapter 120. Oh, you're old Miss Wolverine. How's it been going for you? How have you handled it? Oh wait, does that? Oh, it's a wait. What is this? Is it a pen? It's a pen. It's a pen. Is that a pen? It's a pen. Yo, I think it's a pen, y'all. It's a pen. Oh, that's fucking snaz. That's legit. Oh, hell yeah. Okay. That's exactly, that's nice. That's nice. All right. I was looking up, I saw a hole there and was like, oh, maybe there's something more. And it's a freaking pin. Alejandra, you made it. What's up? Welcome, welcome. You wake up so early. I'm gonna need a mugger. That's fucking snap. Oh, that's funny, DW. Tell Liz. She's the one that works on those. Oh, I hear you. I got you, Miss Wolverine. Yeah. Oh man, sorry. Just thinking of that, I had a flashback. It just took me back to there. How much does that happen for people when you? Oh, okay. Woo! Wow. Okay, man. So, woo. Did I tell you I'm on a new diet? I'm on a freaking. Oh my lord. Anyway, that's. Anyway, digressing. Okay, where are we? We're on our story. It's almost story time. What do we need to talk about? Is there anything else we need to talk about? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Hey, Pixie! What is diet? Oh, so basically I'm that close to being pre-diabetic. What is it? Early onset. Used to be called early onset adult diabetes. You know, runs type 2. Runs in my family. I guess it just hit me a little earlier, you know. I guess drinking all them Red Bulls and living off of Red Bulls and Snickers for years and years and years didn't help. So now I have to be on the Mediterranean Greek yogurt diet and stuff. I miss the live ruining them. Yeah, that was funny, right? Right? Yeah, I didn't know she was taking that. Yeah, listen, me and Rune hang out literally 24/7, y'all. If you haven't figured it out, DW, give me a reminder of that in the Discord. Ooh, there we go. See, if it helps, my dad was slimmer, he'd be able to reverse it. Yeah, that's so. So basically, my mother's side didn't have it, but my dad's side, everybody has it. My dad got it, and then. What I believe, can't actually prove it, but what I believe is because right after I joined the military and I joined the army, shortly after he ended up having a stroke, and then he had to really, really pay attention to it. So we think they didn't catch it. It caused him to have the stroke, and then he later had to have his kidneys removed, and then he ended up with pancreatic and renal cancer. So hopefully we are going to change the diet. I found out, like I said, last Monday. So, excuse me. It has been it's been over a week now, and we've changed it. Apparently I like non-fat Greek plain yogurt, and that is a staple of everything. So that's what we're doing. Also high risk of, ooh, wow. Yeah, really. Wow. Thanks for sharing. Yeah. That's awesome. So we've changed it. So now I eat lots of salads, lots of chicken. I'm going to have red meat just once a month, you know what I mean? Just to get there. And I'll have her pizza once a month. So I'll just do salads, fresh greens. That's why we was talking about it. She's like, what you had to go to the store for? And we were saying mixed greens because we have the regular iceberg lettuce, but we'll add some mixed greens and then luckily, Liz is an amazing cook. So she makes my ranch dressing, but she uses the non-fat Greek yogurt. So that way I can just use as much as I want because that doesn't take a hit for me at all. So that is the pretty good thing. And then lots of nuts. And then also, y'all, she made this mother freaking granola bar. I'll have her talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Oh yeah. She uses, yeah. So basically we're going to use Greek yogurt is going into Greek yogurt is replacing all the sour cream and mayonnaise that we used to use. You see what I'm saying? Because we used to use a lot of it. So that's what she's doing now. She's just replacing it so that way it doesn't hit. And then I'm not allowed to have ice cream anymore, the processed ice cream, because of all the extra sugars in it. So now my dessert is a dollop of Greek yogurt. And then I found out I like raspberries, blueberries, and blackberries, but I can't do the texture of them. I cannot do the texture, like the bite into it and then the squishy. That just I had to put a whole butt fuck ton load of shit granola into my yogurt and then mix it up to get it because I couldn't do that. So she said she's just going to take the berries for me. And then, yeah, exactly, Q. She's going to puree them for me so I can just take a spoonful and then mix it in there so that way it'll be okay. Yep, very good. Yep. See, you're thinking like she does. That's the first thing she said. So that is, sugar-free Cool Whip and strawberry. See, we'll have to make a strawberry because strawberries are the same way. Like, I like strawberry. Felicity, oh my Lord, what the flow? Oh, okay, time out. Holy fucking shit balls, jack fucking shit. Holy. Okay, before we, hang on. I hope they don't leave here really quick because I want, y'all. Oh my. Okay, so everybody in the chat, you'll see Felicity. We are Felicity, okay? That is a band that I found here on TikTok almost 1, 2, 3, I'd say almost 4 or 5 years ago. I can't honestly remember, okay? They're out filming us, and they have a song called The Weather that fucking hooked the living shit out of me, and they have been putting out bangers after bangers. Listen, I believe they're teachers. 2 of them are teachers, okay? They have offered to help my children with homework if they've needed it. I would fucking seriously, if y'all go check them out, Felicity. They are, imagine, like seriously, if you know, oh my Lord, like I don't, like A Day to Remember, like all the stuff we used to listen to in the early 2000s. Oh my God. Cause I can feel you screaming from 100 miles away. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, go check them the hell out because they are fucking awesome. I'm sorry. I've fucking love those guys. They fucking rock. Sorry. One of my favorite bands and they're not, you know what I mean? I'm telling you. Love those fucking guys. Their first album is still my favorite album. Every fucking song on that is a banger fucking album. Sorry. Love those guys. Anyway, sorry. Whew, okay, yes. Back to so yeah, I've changed my diet now. So Wise, it's funny, the 165-pound skinny guy is now on a special-based freaking diet because my kidneys suck. Yay for me! Oh, well, that's what happens when we get older, right? But anyway, with that being said, who's ready for some story time? We haven't had story time in a while. Woo. Hopefully we won't get banned again. Wait, we're not playing. Oh. Hang on. Is Liz still in the chat? Hey, Liz. Oh, man. I am sorry, Belle. Yeah, I would not want that at all. I am so sorry. Liz, can I tell him what we got in the way coming? Oh, thank you, Felicity, for the hat and the mustache. I appreciate that, y'all. Hell, they all are fucking awesome. Look at that. They're even supporting me, a little small guy. Okay, so after we got freaking put in time out. Yeah, what we got. Yeah, after what you got after we got put in time out. and then we got put in timeout, and then you got so we can maybe get into another timeout. Courtney, we do sourdough bread. That way it's supposed to be okay for you. She said, yeah. Okay, so how did y'all like Cards Against Prithian? Y'all like that? Y'all like the Cards Against Prithian game? I believe so. I would have to check. So guess what we got? After we got in trouble and made the videos, let's find out that they have one called Fourth Wing. Cards Against Fourth Wing. We ordered the Fourth Wing one. We got the Fourth Wing on the way. We're going to play the Fourth Wing one day. Oh, yeah, baby. Fourth Wing. It's going to happen. Yep. They're like, yeah. So we will play that one. And when we play that one, we're going to do an unboxing playing on screen. I'm going to make sure me and Liz don't even look at it, okay? Oh, thank you for lightning bolts. So when we do that one, we're going to boom. So yes. Oh, I don't know if we'll have it this Sunday, Lisa. I don't know if we're going to have it this Sunday. I'll let you know for sure. Like once we get it in, I'll make sure everybody knows. So that way everybody can plan it out, okay? Because remember, this Sunday's Mother's Day. We're not doing anything. Everybody, please enjoy your families. But if you are free this Sunday evening, House of Dragons watch party to get ready for season 3 coming up. That's what we're doing this Sunday. That'll be at 7 p.m. Central Time, the watch party. Down in the cord, you know what to do. Oh, yes. Okay, I'm seeing what you're saying. Yes. All right. So, I think that's all the news. I think we're good. Corporate, have we hit everything? There's been so much. I believe they're 45. We're doing 3 episodes. We're doing 3 episodes until the new season comes out. That way we can get it done in time, and then that'll just be one. The TBR. Okay, yes. Okay. So everybody understands that is in the Discord. So everybody understands in the Discord. All right. The TBR. Because there's been a lot of like, wait, who's how is this and what's who's and some people have asked not Alchemized, but Quicksilver. So Quicksilver, just so everybody knows, Quicksilver is not getting injected. It was talked about prior to the wheel. We're just putting it in place where I had just forgot about it, and so we are putting it in place. So that's why please don't think it is getting put there. So that's going to happen there. We are still going Alchemize next, and then we are doing Project Hail Mary. Okay, after that, the next time we do the wheel, we have our freaking TBR list now, and then me and Liz are going to look at the TBR list, and then we're going to go with the top 14 ones that we want to do, and then we're going to go that way. So if you want to put a suggestion on the TBR list, please go into the Discord. You can go to the TBR list. It should be pinned at the top, and then go in there and you can put in the book, answer the questions, and then there's a short summary if you just want to kind of pitch it, or you know what I'm saying, or just kind of quick tells what it is. No spoilers or anything. Just be like, dark fantasy, romantasy, this, whatever, and then do that, and that way we can go from there, and then nobody's like, everybody, I don't want people to feel like I am focusing reads and we're sticking to the wheel. The only time, you can leave descriptions. The only time we're going to veto a wheel pull, everybody, listen, and that's just because, and I appreciate the people who have pointed this out to me, we don't want to get into a reading slump and want to keep going. So if a book or a series pulls to me, we sat down and discussed, and we're like, you know what? We should be able to just say, oh, this series really pull, and I want to do that one. You know what I'm saying? So that way we don't kind of crash out. So I hope that everybody explains it. If not, let me know and I'll explain it to you a little bit more and we'll go from there. But all right, with that said, you've got 2 more spins and then we'll get going. I probably explained the TBR completely wrong too, even though we've had like 18 billion discussions on it. Did I just, what are we at? Oh, okay, good. I thought I fricked that one up. Right. You're right. That spin didn't count. That one didn't count. That didn't count. I got to go the other way. All right. You're right. 100% right. 100% right. 100% right. Oh, another Manon. Ooh, all right, one more. There we go. Spinning it up. Spinning it up. Spinning it up. Spinning it up. Ooh, this one always show. Oh, what do we have now? Ooh, we are getting some good. Why is it spinning good tonight? All right. Ooh. Yeah, I think this year I will say we are booked. The book club that was never was planned is booked out a year in advance. Apparently, listen, this year's booking just got crazy because of the releases. There's with the releases. I think that's what happened. That was. And let's be honest, it was great. What is today? The 6th? Yesterday when I posted that video when I freaking stacked the books and I was like, guys, and I was doing my video. That was just the other day. And I'm like, man, now we're in a book club. That's crazy. Why? Yes. P. Yes. What a time to be right. Exactly, Carissa. Next minute you'll be 2 years in advance. What about the Imperium book? What, the new, whenever that one comes out, it's in September? Oh, that's right. That whatever but we don't know what it is. Like we got to add that one too. The novella, or yeah. The not book 4, yeah. Oh my Lord. That'll be like a week read, so that'll be okay. So that one, we got to squeeze that one in there too. That one's going to get squozed in there too. Could be. Hey, we're reading a cookbook online, folks. Could you imagine if it's a cookbook? It's a cookbook. A Fen Royerson POV. Ooh, I like that, Dr. Lego. Courtney's like, so much. This is overwhelming. I am not feeling this. Oh, man. All right. Let's get going into some reading. Let's get into some reading because I think we got like 45 pages tonight. But I don't want you all to leave me. She said is not a because it would only be chocolate cake and sheep. That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny. That's pretty funny. I mean, you could have different types of chocolate cake. Chocolate cake, chocolate cake, chocolate cake, triple chocolate cake, triple decker chocolate cake. No fried chicken. No, that fried chicken's all up in here. Fried chicken's in here. Ooh. Orange. Ooh, could you imagine an orange chocolate cake? That would be yummy. An orange chocolate cake. Dragon flame barbecue. She said broccoli. I hope you're talking about the leafy vegetable and not the cute orange kitty there, Q. A Codex portion. Y'all are a trip. Y'all are a trip, man. This is what happens when we don't get our scheduled lives. But I actually don't because I want my... y'all. I could tell you Brennan's POV. Does everybody want to know Brennan's POV? You in there? Hey, you in there? Hello. You in there? That's all Brennan do. It could be fake cookbook of all things. A Darna cannot have. That would be funny. He said I'm dead. There's 12 missing hours from Onyx. Ooh, that could be good. Is everyone clothed? Is everyone clothed? Oh, my Lord. Carissa, girl, calm. We are just starting summer. This is not okay. Listen, June, July, August, we got 4. I'm gonna need. We're gonna breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. And she's digressing. What is happening? She's. God damn that ass. Hi. Woo. Wow. All right. That's okay. You don't think she'll give us 12 hours easily? Ha! I would love to be able to give 12 hours easily. Wait, what? I'll keep my inside style. Carissa is going crazy today. That's funny. All right, so let's get some stories, right? I believe we have a. Is there a? Oh yeah, I have to show her the pen. Yes, but she's got to go get her shoes. Go get your shoes and then come back. Hurry. Oh, she needs a minute. Okay, so look, I got this with book from the author M.A. Levy. It's a little sword. I was like, look, we can make a little bigger hand and it'll fit, right? But then get this. It's a pen.
No way.
It's a fucking pen. Isn't that cool?
It's a sword
I got a sword pen. Isn't that friggin' cool?
Scribe wise.
Except I have the worst handwriting known to man. Outside of a doctor. Oh, a Russian doctor. That is very... I wonder what the Zagragarian doctor's handwriting looks like. I bet this is not very good. Okay, anyway. Something else he loses. Absolutely. Oh, probably will. I don't know. Maybe they'll keep it out here. They'll think it's a sword as long as they're not watching right now. They're probably inside playing Roblox or drawing. I can confirm mine is chicken. See, Dr. Lego got my back all the time. I love it. Oh man, I fit the stereotype. I'm not smart enough to be. I got the handwriting of a doctor, but not the brain capacity. I don't think that the body is not what does it for me. Not at all. All right, I think we're ready, folks. Night Court. Take care. Enjoy the rest of... She's reading Crescent City. Brain cramp. Why did I have a brain cramp all of a sudden right there? She's about to finish Crescent City. Crescent City. Enjoy it. Enjoy the end. Enjoy. All right, folks. If anybody else is going to bounce out for the evening, we understand. If you don't know, we are about... Oh, don't... I understand why you're sad. But we got more coming soon. All right, Dr. Lego, thank you for coming in to make sure we're all behaving. We will check you later. Thank you for the amazing shirts. You are fucking amazing. For everybody else that is staying here, let's get to it. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Always be on the... I gotta stop saying children. I'm no longer doing a wrestling intro. I gotta come up with a new intro. Anyway, let's get into it. Dawn of the North, chapter 50. Here we go. All right. We're back in Zagragad. Here we go. Saga stared vacantly as her reflection in the round of polished. It was her reflection in a round polished metal as Asla combed her hair. Who the hell is Alsa? Who is this chick? Why are we getting introduced to this new chick now? I guess she's just a maid lady. Okay, hang on. Polished metal as Asla combed her hair. She already dressed, not in Zagarian silks, but in horse maiden armor. Oh, the clan maidens are fucking taken. Okay. In horse maiden armor Kiva had provided on the steep. It was absurd to think it had been mere days since they had sat in the tent, certain that every Zagarian she cared for would die. And now the Urkins had been driven away, the city of Krovagad and its fortress saved for complete decimation. The fires were extinguished and the warriors combed the battlefield, pulling the wounded from the rubble and executing any surviving Urkins they discovered. I don't feel bad about that. Elsiva turned to Saga for help in restoring order in the chaotic aftermath of the battle. With so many mouths to feed, the cellar needed restocking, the wounded needed tending, and the builders needed to fetch to pull down the fire-ravaged sections of the fortress. Saga had lost herself in this daily work, but today felt different. Cassandra had a message informing her that a meeting would be called today. Saga had forgone her fine Zagarian silk in favor of breeches and buckskin boots. As she watched her reflection, she felt empowered. Gone was the girl who yearned to hide away for the shadows and the woman ready to do whatever it took to bring her kingdom help. Okay, let's see. You are at 22K. Let's go to 35K. 35K. 35K will get you the tour. 35K will get you the tour. Thanks for reminding me. Boop. There you go, little song. All right, here we go. Help her kingdom. A knock at the door made her bright mood falter. Her name Alice. Alice stood before she had time to open the door. Cassandra Ruick strolled through. Once again, you failed to catch me unclothed, murmured Saga in Isildurian. One day, perhaps I will be lucky. He quipped back in, Zagarian. As Saga caught sight of him, her heart did leaps and kicks. He scrubbed the soot from his face and had recently shaved. His arm now bandaged in a sling. Dude, how does he have an arm? That dude stopped a freaking arm. A sword with his forearm. That shit was crazy. All right, sorry. Bandage and sling. And yet the man swaggered into the chambers. She caught the brightness in his eyes and knew that his beast still lingered near the surface. Yeah, that's not the beast we talking you want, though. Oh, once this would have instilled fear in her heart. Now she felt a strange wave of fondness. I have brought the day meal us to enjoy over today's Zagarian lesson. Saga's gaze dropped to the tray held in his good hand. We must, she protested through her the lost in battle against her smile. We must, he agreed, sliding the tray onto the table before collapsing into the chair with pained breath. Alice secured the last of Saga's braids into a crown, then dipped into a curtsy and slipped from the room. And then they were alone. Saga planted herself in the chair across Cassandra, her heart righteous in her chest. The exhilaration of seeing him whole and hale on the battlefield had burned away, leaving in the wake something softer and quieter, perhaps a little delicate. Now that they succeeded against their common enemy, Saga was not quite certain where they stood. If Cassandra felt the same uncertainly, he did not show it in the least. Saga followed his lead, tucking into the day meal. As it turned out, the meal consisted of salted cod and stale bread, and yet somehow it tasted like a feast fare. The Urkins were gone. Sakaria was safe for now. Cassandra spoke casually of what he'd been so busy with over the past few days that he and the Drunza had done their best in identifying as many Sakarians remained as they could so the families could claim the bodies and proceed with funeral rites. Man, that's got to be rough. The Urkins were afforded no such luxury. Ah, shucks. Their weapons and armor were collected by fortune hunters prowling the grounds. Their corpses were being stacked with wood and hay in makeshift pyres that would soon burn day and night. Oh, that's going to stop for days. As he spoke, she couldn't keep her gaze from snagging his left cleft chin. She thought she'd never see that chin again, and now she couldn't look away. Saga's got a chin fetish, y'all. That shit is a chin fetish. Okay, I'm not knocking it, but you don't hear that very often. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Zagarian rolled off his tongue as he gestured dramatically with a piece of stale bread as she watched him tingling warmth spread throughout her body. You know where that warmth is spreading, and Saga vaguely wondered if she'd caught a fever during her journey across the river. Cassandra's voice grew muted as Saga became lost in her thoughts. The man before her was more clever than she'd ever imagined, and she now saw each of their interactions in a new light. It was glaringly obvious that the Sagarian lesson had been for more than just teaching her lessons. He'd coaxed information from her, then used the intel to organize the Sagarian defense, and Saga suddenly struck with the realization Cassandra Ruick had believed in her even when she had not believed in herself. You know what guy does that too? Rune Dannon does that too, y'all. I'm just saying. I'm good on you, Cassandra. Good on you. You, Saga, are a queen without a crown. Listen, Rowan is a fucking stop. We're not going to talk about them, okay? Rowan and Kat, yeah. We know about them. Stop. They get all the love. We are talking about the little guy here, okay? We focus on the little guy over here. Like me, I'm a little guy. We focus on the little guy. Golly, Reese, Rowan. Y'all. I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. All right, back to the story. You, Saga, are a queen without her crown, and he told her all those things weeks ago. At last, she truly felt it. Thank you, she blurted out. Her cheeks heated as she realized she interrupted him. Cassandra raised his brow, those green eyes glinting in amusement and making her insides grow even more flustered. Thank you for... Saga shook her head, words beyond her current grasp. For being so handsome. The fuck did you just say? The corners of his mouth curled up. It's my pleasure. The strangeness swirled inside of her body, coincided into irritation at once. No. For my clever wit, or perhaps my patience with teaching such a slow student. Your arrogance is unmatched. Why did I just go like that? That is wild. I gotta wear my voice, as she muttered. Tearing up another strip from her salted meat, Cassandra leaned back. But I cannot forget that you, Winterwing, have called me striking. Saga's sharp reply was interrupted by the door swinging open. Yuri Rovlagol sauntered inside. Does no one wait to be let in? Saga grumbled, but she quickly stood. Rov, your nose, she hissed in sympathy as she examined the new bump on Rov's nose, bracketed by twin black eyes. A sword hilt on the battlefield, Ravi replied in a nasally voice. I've related to the collection of many ways it has been broken. The word was... I will go back to the word. Coalesced. 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 Her body coalesced with irritation. Coalesced. Coalesced. Thank you for the roses, P. Broken nose is no match for the pain in my arm. Hey, Sam, what's up? Pain in my arm, muttered Cassandra, somewhat impressed. Where does your sympathy for me hide, Winterwing? We have no time for sympathy, Cassandra said. Rolf, your father calls for a meeting in the courtyard. I thought the father was this, I thought he died on the... Okay, maybe not. Since council chambers are now ashes. At the thought of meeting the outdoors, her panic throbbed to life. Yet somewhere between rushing across the courtyard with buckets of sand and riding on a winged horse in the lands beyond the river, Saga had gotten used to the low-level thrum of fear. Standing under the open skies would probably always make her heart take off at a gallop and her breaths come more shallow, but new confidence brimmed with her. Eyes were afraid, but the hands were doing. And with that, Saga strode from her chambers, the men at her heels. That is a bad... If you tell me you don't picture that right now, if you don't picture that on your fucking TV or the goddamn silver screen with the door open up with fucking Saga coming out and then the fucking two goddamn dudes walking behind her looking all fucking badass strutting down the fucking hallway. Oh my God, let me direct this shit right now. Oh, fuck me running. Okay, digressing. Sorry. The courtyard was filled with an assortment of horse maidens and Sagarians eyeing one another with suspicion. Saga glanced from Shiva. Horse maidens huddled around her as she spoke rapidly in their clan's tongue. To Oleg, scowling with a swollen right eye. Fuck you, Oleg. He's a fictional character, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only, TikTok. These are fictional characters. Nobody is real. Zagarian nobles and elders melted about, though they'd foregone their ceremonial garb in favor of armored jackets. At the farthest end of the courtyard, God damn, you were beautiful, stood the high prince, head bent in conversation with the clan's mother. Oh, shit. The high prince and the clan's mother. Saga blinked. What she wouldn't give to be an insect listening in the ruined wall beside them. After a single fortifying breath, Saga entered the courtyard, Cassandra and Rav flanking her. The crowd immediately hushed, making the rapid beat of Saga's heart feel even more pronounced. She kept her gaze fixed on the High Prince as Magnus's voice echoed in her skull. I was like, what the fuck? Okay, in her skull. You deserve to be punished. But it is weaker, this voice, and far less effective than it once had been. Magnus was... The Urkins had been driven away, and Saga was not the girl that she had been the day in the stables when Magnus had branded her hands and deemed her property. Her hand found the feather that she kept in her pocket, and as her thumb stroked along the downy bars, Saga's heart calmed just a bit. Saga nodded at Shiva, and the horse maidens gathered around her, and then Elsiva, and then the noble women with whom she constructed the fire flask. She glanced at Alice and the other servants who assisted the healers, helped extinguish the fires, and as she caught sight of Havoc soaring high in the skies above, Saga's heat was suddenly so full she feared it might burst. Take the image I just put in your head of her coming out the door with fucking Cass and fucking Ravi behind her, and as she walks, she sees these people that she was looking at, and they just slowly get in line behind her, and it's just the crowd just gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and oh my fucking God damn. Fucking clicked and bricked, y'all. Suddenly she was fear might burst. She brought to this kingdom against her will. Now she was stuck with the realization that Kravasgard felt more like home than Askabord had in many long years. With a shaky breath, Saga joined the High Prince and the clan's mother by the ruins of the bell tower. Each looked to have aged a decade, yet their eyes were filled with fierce determination. Good. Sire, she said, dipping into a curtsy. Might I speak to the crowd? The High Prince eyed her with new respect. She'd been pleased at her response. to the horse maidens, welcoming them into the fortress with the unrestrained emotion. It had felt like a monumentous occasion. Momentum. What's the fucking word? Momentous. There it is. God, I couldn't say it for a minute. Good Lord. Momentous occasion, and the High Prince had shaken with the clan's mother, as he'd ordered the routine to fetch whatever provisions the horse maidens were in need of. Saga was glad to see the High Prince did not think himself above such others of showing gratitude. Okay, nice job. You may, said the High Prince with a small smile. With a deep breath, Saga climbed atop a large boulder in the rubble, giving her height and allowing her voice to carry. People of Zagraga, she called, the speech she and Elsiva had practiced for days now, flowing smoothly over her tongue. You fought valiantly and restored peace to your isle. Thanks to your efforts, Urkins were expelled. War cries rose above the fearsome horsewoman, while the Easterners thumped swords against their shields and breastplates. Saga waited for the din to quiet before she continued. I know it is tempting to enjoy this victory, but we must not forget that King Ivar will return with even bigger numbers. All jubilance evaporated in an instant. How do you know this? Snapped Olag, glowering from the front of the crowd. Above all else, said Saga carefully, Urkins are thirsty for the bear god's blessing. This loss will disgrace Ivar. He will seek to regain his honor. She cleared her throat before continuing. They are not yet truly vanquished. A murmur rose up from the crowd, and Saga felt the stares of the clan's mother and high priest boring into her. What we faced is a small portion of Ivar's power. You see, he sailed without his father's fleet. Once King Harald arrives in Isildur, Ivar will have hundreds of ships, thousands of warriors. Saga's breath shallowed as a raven cried overhead. But as her thumb stroked the feather in her pocket, it eased just a touch. Now you have seen the Urkins with your own eyes. You have seen their war contraptions in battle frenzy. You have seen the destructions of the Kravig River, the latest gates, the land gates. Now you know what we fight against. The horsewoman and Zagarians held identical expressions of astonishment as Saga's unnerving words settled. But Saga cried out, you also have seen proof Urkins are not invincible. Your victory proves that they can be vanquished. What is it you're dancing around, Queen of Isildur? Asked the High Prince with cutting calm. Saga did not blame him for his wary expression. I ask, Saga said, her gaze drifting to the clan's mother, then back to the High Prince, for you to come to Isildur. Join with my people. Together we have a chance against Urkins. Together we can eradicate this evil. The High Prince's face grew bone white, while the clan's mother turned a violent shade of red. The pair exchanged a look that told Saga that for once they were completely aligned. The clan's mother gazed hardened as she turned back to Saga. We cannot simply cross an ocean, she protested. Our horses cannot fly such a distance. Are you suggesting they travel by boat? In truth, Saga hadn't thought quite that far ahead, but she didn't let the clan's mother know it. I am eager to discuss such matters with those who know best, she said carefully. But we have just survived the impossible, interjected with the High Prince. We are surrounded by devastation. I simply cannot afford to send vulnerable resources across the ocean. Perhaps, said Cassander, speaking for the first time. We cannot afford not to, father. You saw those berserkers. You see what they have done to the might of Zakaria. His hand gestured to the ruins around him. How do you think we will fare upon their return? Shiva stepped forward, encouraged apparently by Cassander's boldness. Thus far, the tamer of horses has not spoken an untruth. She knows things we cannot. She knows the enemy better than anyone else. You would go to this isle of ice and fire? Asked the clan's mother aghast. You would lead your horse maidens into danger on unknown soil? I would die to keep a collar from the necks of our children, mother. God, I told you Shiva's a badass. To keep our horses free and protect peace on the steppes? Kiva nodded. resolute. Everything I have seen in this city tells me the tamer of horses is truthful and wise leader, a woman worth following. Kiva approached Saga. Dozens of horse maidens followed. I have discussed with my women, and we have agreed to follow you. Saga's hearts hammered as Kiva and the horse maidens dropped to one knee. We pledge to you our swords and horses. What the heck? That is close to 100 horse maidens who will travel across the oceans with you, tamer of horses. We would see those bear warriors vanquished before the greed consumes our world. Damn! Saga's rapidly beating heart now swelled with gratitude. I cannot abandon my clans in the middle of winter, the clan's mother protested. But perhaps I can put them to use. With access to the ore mines in the east, she glanced at the high prince briefly. We could prepare armor and weapons in our mountain forges. We can ready ourselves should the time come. The clan's mother's voice trailed off. Was not a promise to join the war, but it was an open door. A possibility. Saga jumped down from the boulder to clasp the clan's mother's hands before bowing her head. I thank you, clan's mother. She turned to Kiva, and after a moment of hesitation, wrapped a startled horsewoman in a fierce hug. And I thank you, Kiva, for your trust. I do not take these words lightly. Saga stepped back, willing the tears burning behind her eyes to stay put. I need more, the high priest rubbing his temples. I need details, a plan. What do you propose? Saga turned to him. King Ivar will take this loss badly. I suggest that you send me with warriors to Isildur, that we strike before Ivar recovers. Our city has burned, our fortress destroyed, examined Oleg. Father, we need those men. To Saga's great surprise, the high priest raised a hand, and his son fell silent. Continue. Saga swallowed. North. The last she heard from her, Asa, was in the north, and Saga could not shake Anne's comment that the rebel chieftain opposed Ivar hailed from the same reason. It seemed a promising place to start. I propose we sail to the north of Isildur, find Asa, and join with her. Perhaps alone we do not have swords enough to fight Ivar and his brothers, but together with those Isildur, he would not expect it. Oleg's face had reached crimson now. Father, surely you are not considering. Another wave of the high priest's hand before he stepped onto the boulder and stared out at his people. Saga Volsik, he said in a loud, caring voice, might have brought the Urkins to our doorstep sooner than expected. But she has also saved us. Without the timely help of the clans beyond the river, Krovgod would have fallen. A usurper would sit on the throne, and we would be or enslaved. For that she has earned a boon. Hope pumped through Saga's veins as the high prince glanced from Cassander to her. The corner of his lips pulled up. We will lend our swords, the high prince of Sicarian, but I have some conditions. Saga licked her lips. What are they? 1, lifting the finger. You will swear to this alliance before the altars of our 4 gods. Oh, are we glitching? Are we glitching? Oh, we're glitching. We're glitching. We're glitching. We're glitching.
Great time for a pause.
We're glitching. We're breaking. We're breaking. What are you? Okay, we're breaking. She's opening up a file share really quick. We're going to take a quick break here. Oh, okay. It looks like we are slowly starting to come back. Looks like we're coming back. Coming back. Coming back. Coming back. All right. Are we ready? All right, we're good now? Okay, here we go. 1, excuse me. You will swear to this alliance before the altars of the 4 gods. Saga was already nodding along. 2, the high priest lifted a second finger. You will join your bloodline with ours through marriage. Oh, it better be. If it's not Cass, on a second, y'all. I'm just getting prepped. Okay, I'm just getting prepped because I swear. Saga stomach hollowed at us. She started the high priest. Father, growled Cassandra, but the father cut him off. You may choose among our eligible nobles, my son Oleg. Have you knocked your head, old man? Sputtered Oleg. Is your marrying age, said the high prince, lips pressed together, as though this amused him. An elder, these are not the right names, y'all. These are not the right names. An elder Fedar is in need of a second wife. He said a second one. Despite herself, Saga's glaze followed the high prince's. Elder Fedar stroked his long gray mustache pensively. Of course, there was always my heir. The high prince sighed. Saga blinked furiously as her heart hacked against her rib cage. Father, ejected Cassander. Father, ejected Cassander, before launching into a fury of Zagarian too rapid for her to follow. Saga's mind raced, her pulse too quick to sustain. A month ago, the thought of marrying Cassander had been reprehensible, but everything had changed, and now she'd witnessed the Urkin's wrath firsthand. Other things had shifted in her mind. There was so much at stake, the safety of Zagaria and the other of her own realm. This was bigger than her. She drew a deep breath, faced the high prince. I will do it, she said with forced nonchalance. Inside her heart twisted and flipped and rolled in my lips. My choice is Cassander. Goddamn right it is. Oh, hell yeah. Meeting Cassander's eyes in this moment felt a lot like granting him a victory. And right now, she could not bear to do it. Instead, Saga turned her foot and strode from the courtyard, entering the fortress. She sagged against the wall, drawing deep breaths. She waited for the walls to close in on her, waited for the voices to shout in her mind. Trapped, they'd say, no exit. But as the minutes slid by, her mind was strangely quiet. Whoa! I don't know what you're doing. And then there is my ear. Oh, no, it's doing it again. We got to read it again. No. All right, we're waiting. It's, hang on. You're fine. TikTok's having some issues, I guess, right?
What comes happening? I'm just following my destiny. I'm just doing what comes happening.
His listen, not lost. They are being victimized by the. We were robbed. Thank you, love.
My toes are fine.
Your toes. There we go. Now we hopefully we won't get in trouble.
I don't know if it'll help, guys.
I got you. Thank you, love. Hang on. Why are we? The guy had to clip. What was your hair clip? Are we still acting up, y'all?
Sure.
Right. No! What is happening? Okay. We're over here. So bright. Oh, you're good, you're good, you're good. All right, are we coming back yet? Are we coming? Let's see. Let us see. Let us see. Let us see.
Now it's better.
They're saying it. Sorry. Huh? No, that was the package from the book. From the book package.
Oh.
She had the stuffing on there. Yeah. No. It was from the staffing. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Well, if okay, I hate to say
it again, then.
right. But okay. So we're at an hour. Listen, write this down now. We're an hour and 21. If you go to around like that spot on the YouTube later on, you can watch the actual and it won't be glitched out, and you can see the actual reading of it because YouTube will have it regular. So for all of those that missed the line that you wanted to see, if it glitched out, please go check the YouTube channel later. Okay. If any part glitches out on the Tiki-Talkie, please know that we do have the YouTube channel, Wise Beyond the Stories. Every live we do is posted and stored and saved over there so you can check it out. All right? So that's the best I can do, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. But, okay, I gave you 2 buttons for free, but we're going to give you a spin for the last one. Here we go. We spin it up. Yeah. If they ask you if I manipulate, please say no, because I really don't think I do. I know. Oh, my Lord. Miss Wolverine, don't. Oh, what do we got? Oh, we got another Riddick one. Yeah, baby. All right. Got to clean my screen off. Oh, nice. We got a response from Rob. Heck yeah. It was 45, not 35. Was it 35? Did y'all get there? Y'all get a full tour? All right. Well, I owe you a tour. I will give you a tour, but we have to get some stories in. We have to get some chapters in. I owe you one tour. Okay, 35, got you. I owe you a full tour. I got you. Wow. You know what I mean? I got you. Oh, what is happening? Read. All right, here we go. Chapter 51. All right, for a second button tour, what are we at? You're at 44, so that'll be a 65. All right, 65. Here we go. Oh, I just closed my eyes too long. She said, fine, I guess. Cassander's beast thrashed relentlessly. Ooh. Cassander's beast thrashed relentlessly within him, and it had since his father had made his insidious demand of Saga. She had saved their people from the Urkins and had fostered the first step towards peace in the clans beyond the river. As far as Cassander was concerned, his father ought to be falling at her feet, giving her anything she demanded. Instead, he stronged on her into marriage with, not really, I will never marry you. She didn't mean that. Her words burned through his skull, setting fire into his veins. Once he had wanted this desperately so. He had to admit it was still a part of him willing to have her by whatever means necessary. Perhaps this part of him said, we'll grow to love you. No, another part of him countered. Not this woman who'd been held captive all her life, who saw marriage as yet another cave. Goodbye, Miss Wolverine. Enjoy KOA! Now as she stalked through the remnants of Kravagad Fortress, his mood darkening with each step, he lost himself to time. But eventually Cassandra found himself rattling Saga's locked door. It wasn't long before Alice unlocked and cracked and opened the door, eyes widening before she dipped into a curtsy. "My lord," said Alice, not moving from the doorway to allow Cassandra entry. "She is indisposed at the moment." "Who is it?" cried Saga from the room within. "Cassandra," he replied, trying to keep his voice steady as his beast howled and scratched, desperate to get in there. "I must speak with you." Alice shook her head, knuckles wide, as they gripped the door frame. "You mustn't. It isn't proper." "Let him in," said Saga. To Cassandra's great surprise, reluctantly, Alice stepped aside, allowing Cassandra entry. But his feet soon faltered, and he demanded, near choked on his own tongue. Steam rose in the undilating waves from a large wooden tub set near the hearth, and there, within the tub, sat Saga Volsic. Her bared back faced him, and his eyes hungrily traced the curve of her shoulders, and then jumped to the bead of water sliding down her spine. Saga's hair was still woven under the crown of braids, and it took all his restraint not to cross the room to her and unbind it. "You may leave, Ace." You may leave, Alice," said Saga. On the surface, she seemed like a woman in control, yet the slight waver in her voice betrayed her. "My lady," objected Alice. "Do not worry after my virtue, Alice," Saga replied in her voice, more low now. "He is, after all, my betrothed." Cassandra's beast howled, and his lips curved into a lazy smile. But the circumstances of their engagement surged back to his mind, and his smile fell away. Cass was dimly aware of the swish of Alice's skirts, the thunk of the iron latch, but more than anything else, he was aware of the sound of rippling water as Saga moved within the tub. He cleared his throat, tried to recall why he'd come. "I suppose," said Saga, "you finally caught me unclothed." Cassandra made a nonsensical, garbled sound. He shook his head, trying to clear his senses. "You do not need to marry me," he finally forced across his lips as the beast snarled as his body tried to hold back the words. "I will give to you the help you ask for. I will go to Isildur with you. I will bring the strong warriors. We will fight with you, all the same." Her spine grew rigid and wanted to drop to his knees behind. Man, I'm starting to wonder, are we doing okay? Sometimes it look like we might be like starting and stopping again. Well, I'm out here. I see the thing, and then here too. I see a drop rate. I'm seeing. I don't know why we're dropping frames. I don't like. All right, moving on. I think we're good. I had a little glitch, but not too bad. Yeah. All right, moving on. Okay. Now that you not wish to marry, need the tension for... Okay, where was I? Grew rigid and we will fight you all the same. Her spine grew rigid and he wanted to drop to his knees behind her. Need the tension from her shoulders. Now you do not wish to marry me, she bristled. It was wrong what I did. The words wrought shame and a deep sense of remorse. To take you away, your choice. To think I know what is best for you. I should have asked for your decision and respected it, even if I did not like it. Her intake of breath was so faint that a man with ordinary hearing would have missed it. I wish only for your happiness. Cassandra clenched his fist to keep himself rooted in place. And so I will go to my father and... Motherfucker scared the shit out of me. Good lord. Scared the shit out of me. Like, what the fuck? Oh, man. It's glitching again. Are we back? Are we good? What is happening? All right, it says we're good. All right, well, let's keep going. All right. I will go to my father and force him to do what is right. She was silent a long moment, and Cass pictured her chewing on her lip and thought, well, at least she spoke. Her words rocked him to his core. And if I do choose it, to marry you. For a moment time seemed to stand still. His beast gave a triumphant howl, blood pumping hot through his veins, and for the first time in weeks, Cassandra allowed his old fantasy to reply. What is... All right, I don't know what is happening. And for the first time in weeks, Cassandra allowed his old fantasy to reply in his mind's eye. Saga by his side, sharing the day meal each morning. Saga sitting on the throne beside his. Her clever wit strengthening his kingdom. Saga tangled in the furs of his bed, writhing beneath him. A sharp breath escaped him, and Cassandra realized he'd been silent far too long. What are you saying? He asked. I am saying, she said, toying with the water, that perhaps you are brash to drive me absolutely mad, but I've been betrothed twice before, and I find you far preferable to my other promised husbands. Excuse me. Cass's brows dipped low at the reminder of Magnus Hansen and Bjorn Iverson. His beast hackles rose, a fierce wave of protectiveness thrashing through him. Mine. He shook his head, trying to clear it. He allowed such thoughts to drive before him, and it had been the wrong choice. Now he knew better. Not good enough, he growled, hating himself just a little. Your reasons are lacking. Saga turned her face to reveal her profile. Cassandra's eyes roamed over her tilted blue eyes, the slant of her jaw, the elegant arch of her neck. The desire surged through him with dizzying force. What if, Saga whispered, I told you that I admire your character? His knees nearly buckled. My character? She nodded through the corners of her lips, tugged down. It was despicable. It was despicable of you to take me away of my choice, Cassandra, and I do not know if I yet forgive you. The rising steam eddied with her exhalation. Perhaps it is a comfort to know that you had my best intentions, my best interests at heart. Why can't I can't now read now. The beast ran circles inside his chest. I suppose I understand you better now, continued Saga. And though sometimes you make the most wretched choices, I found your character to be remarkably steady. She lifted a shoulder in a delicate shrug. I find that an admirable trait in a husband. Cassandra turned her words over, looking for hidden meaning. Winterving, he said in a voice low rasp. Are you telling me you like me? Like is too strong a word. Cass could not help his cocky grin. You have a fondness of me. I tolerate you. You will make a tolerable husband. A low chuckle escaped him. Her words were playful, teasing even, and though they were not bold proclamations of love, they hinted at something. Forgiveness. A chance at a new start. He shoved a hand through his hair, his mind awhirl. Cassandra had come into the room to release her from the shackles of marriage, but he never considered she might want it herself. Very well, he said softly. If you do not object, then I suppose it is agreed. A sly smile spread across his lips. Shall we seal it with a kiss? Saga snorted. That was never a Zagarian tradition, was it, Ruick? Your laugh took me out, sorry. Your laugh took me out. He shook his head, then realized he could not see him. No, but how can you blame me for trying? Very well, said Saga, her voice near a whisper. Let us seal it with a kiss. Hey, Swanson, what's up? How you doing? Cassandra might have lost his mind, for he did not remember surging forward, only that he suddenly found himself kneeling on the floor beside the tub. Claim, snarled the beast. Damn, he said claim. Woo! I got a video idea about that. snarled the beast, the need to mindlessly rut barreling through his veins. Cassandra yanked on his leash, trying to cage it away, but the sight of Saga Volsic reclined in the tub had knocked all senses from his skull. Thank you for the fan clubs! A better man would have kept his eyes on her, but Cass had never been known for his self-control. His eyes dipped to her knees, hugged her chest. She held them with white-knuckled grip that made him frown, and shed his wits to return to him. We need not. I want to, she interjected. Cassandra hardly dared breathe for the fear he'd frighten this beautiful creature away, this lovely woman who he'd soon be his wife. He trained his gaze on the fluttering pulse of her throat, longing to scrape his teeth along it to sink into her flesh with his claiming bite. Instead, leaned forward, bracing his forearms on the edge of the tub, and took her mouth in a rough kiss. Saga, to her credit, only faltered for a moment before her lips moved against his. Fire blazed through him, burning in all his plans for caution. Cassandra leaned farther forward, but Saga did not slink back. Instead, she melted against him, filled all the broken places inside him. A whimper came from Saga's throat, and it spurred him on. Cassandra leaned further forward and cupped her face as he showed her with his lips just how good they could be. She, his queen, and he, her protector, her husband. Her elbows had dipped below the waterline in the tub, but he couldn't care because Saga's fingers clutched at his wrists, holding them in place. She was barely keeping up with the strokes of his eager tongue, and Cassandra had to remind himself that she was unsure of this, unused to this, that he should go slowly. But this, his Saga, he'd yearned for her so very long. Cassandra was painfully bricked hard, his straining against his breeches and gods, but he longed to pull her from the tub, to splay her legs wide in the furs before the hearth and bury his face between them. I mean, that sounds like a hell of a Wednesday night. What sounds she would make when he made her go that way. Hallelujah! He had to find out, but not yet. And Cassandra broke the kiss. He felt he deserved a reward, for it had taken every last shed of this will. He eased back just a touch, though he was still leaning over the tub. Saga's blue eyes were glazed, her cheeks and lips flushed for a moment. They stared at each other, breaths mingling in the steam. More, whispered Saga, pulling on his hands, trying to bring his lips back to hers. Soon, he said, his voice rough as broken stone. We must save something for our wedding night. It gave him immense pleasure to watch her darkened eyes, to give the maddening woman a taste of her own ale. After all, she'd been driving him mad with the want since the day she'd met here. Since he'd met her, now she, too, would suffer. His beast was livid, railing against the sudden appearance of Cassandra's self-control, and resisting the call to claim was the hardest thing Cassandra Ruick had ever done. I will care for you, Winterwing, he promised her in a low voice. I will cherish you. I will protect you and stay by your side. Each day I will work to earn back your trust. He studied her face in exquisite detail, noting the droplets of water cling to the long black lashes, the tiny freckles just below her ears. He pressed out one last lingering kiss to her lips. Then he forced himself to stand, the beast pounded against the cage of his chest, urging him to go back. But Cassandra forced himself to take one step away toward the exit, then another. He wasn't sure if he breathed until there was a closed door between him and the naked form of Saga of Volsic. Saga sagged against the wall, bracing him. Cass sagged against the wall, bracing himself against the beast's tantrum. Gods, but he was in trouble. Ooh, Saga got that power on the beast. Got that power on the beast. Got that power on the beast. Woo woo. All right, so you're 44. We're at F5, you get 2 spins, and we still have a tour. We got 2 spins, and we still got a tour. Let's do the 2 spins really quick. I haven't forgot about your tour. Don't worry. I want to make sure we get all the chapters in. But where are we going now? Round and round it goes where it stops. DW likes this one. Fine. Fine. All right, here we go. Oh, we'll spin number 2. Where we go, we've been like, nope, no, fuck, all right, 10 push-ups, here we go, god dang it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all right, 10 push-ups. Get, ladies and gentlemen, your favorite.
My name is Chode Barlow.
Oh, you still got to see it. You still got to see it. That's right. You thought you were getting away. All right, folks. Where are we at? All right, you're at 52. 75 for another tour at the end. All right, here we go. Y'all, actually, I might have, this 18-minute chapter. Y'all might get it here. Y'all might get it. Let's get to it. Chapter 52. Excuse me. Scylla smothered the leather-like scales. What is happening? Scylla smothered the leather-like scales of her Librina armor, of her Librina jacket, as held up the round of polished metal for her to examine her reflection. Her curls were woven into a thick braid that fell down her back, and her eyes were free from kohl. Gone were the fine garments and ornate jewels exchanged in favor of an armored jacket and functional breeches. The women stared back at her was no longer Asa. Today she would introduce the Jarls to Scylla. It's about damn time. Yet the dark circles beneath her eyes and her pallid complexion spoke of Merrick's ever-tightening grip. Oh, that's right. She's got to fucking challenge this. Okay, that's fuck me. And she stared at the reflection. Darkness flashed in her eyes, so brief she might think she imagined it. Together we will make them bow, hissed the dark god. Once you are on the throne, Asa, we will rule it together. Scylla frowned. What makes you think I would ever want that? She sensed the dark god's satisfaction. You cannot hide it from me, he taunted. I hear it in your thoughts, taste it in your blood. Hunger surged through her, a desperate want. Where is Saga? Would you work so hard to gain the fealty of these nobles only to have her claim it? It is you who should be on the throne. She's going to be on the throne because Saga's going back across the aisle. It's going to be the women of the land. She tried to shake off Merrick's odious presence, tried to ignore his provoking words, but it was impossible to do so when there was a kernel of truth to what he'd said. Scylla was forced to admit that she did not want the throne, though not to rule as he would have it. She wanted to make choices that would help Freda in her shelter home. Elif and the ailing sisters, the refugees unsettled in the north. Whoa. Hang on. My font changed to side and then I went forward on a page. Oh, here we go. Tried to ignore his provoking words. Refugees in the north. Let me in, Asa, purred the god, her yearning growl more potent. And we will have the throne. No, she said aloud, ignoring Hild's perplexed look as she snatched the heart-shaped rock from her dressing table. Immediately, memories of her foster father surged forth, and her ears rang with the remembered sound of Matthias's voice, calling her Moonflower. Merrick recoiled. Filling Scylla with satisfaction, she stared at her reflection, smiling as she slid in the heart-shaped rock of her pocket. Scylla drew a deep breath. Tonight was her final chance to gain the warriors they needed in the Hearthwood and to earn the Jarl's trust. Armed with the plan of a few small defiances against the dark god, Scylla knew there was a chance, even if slim. Ready? Asked Ray, appearing by her side. Not truly, sighed Scylla, finding one last errant labyrinth scale and soothing it flat. But let us get on with it all the same. Ray's large hand slid into hers, and when he looked at her, she was both warmed and strengthened by his presence. Together, he whispered. Together. The pair of them turned in unison. As they exited the chambers, running, the rest of her queen's guards moved into formation around them. Their pace was unhurried as they navigated Ashfall's tangled corridors, as they descended stairwell after stairwell into the deepest parts of the fortress. They approached the enormous oak doors Scylla had nervously entered so many weeks before, and she reflected on how different she now felt. Her pulse still pounded, and sweat still beaded on her brow. But as the double doors opened before her, she was filled with a sense of certainty. No longer was she trying to be someone else. Today, she was simply Scylla. Ray squeezed her hand, and when she glanced at him, Scylla was surprised by the eagerness she found in his eyes. Are you excited, Galton? His lips curved up in an almost smile, only for you to show them who you truly are. An apologizer to rocks, she teased. A resilient woman with the heart of gold, the best in this entire realm. I will relish watching others underestimate you, he told her all those weeks ago. His words now and then reached to the deepest parts of her, making something tender unfold inside her chest. Oh, I was going to say there's something else unfolding in her. Clicked. This man and his unwavering belief in her. Merc hissed with disgust, sinking lower. With her mind to herself, Scylla pushed up onto her toes and kissed Ray softly. Thank you, she told him with her lips, for believing in me, for building me up when so many would tear me down. Scylla ended this kiss quickly, but sent Ray a look that promised more later. They entered the hall side by side. Scylla had given the Jarls an earlier time than the rest. She wanted to ensure that their little games of power, tardiness, high among them, had time to play out. She also wanted them to sit with their peers, their stablemen and kitchenwomen, the refugees from the west, and perhaps Scylla wanted the Jarls to squirm a little as they wondered why one section of the benches remained glaringly vacant. Oh, what? As the lights of the blazers illuminated many of the hundreds of the people seated, Scylla tried to ignore the butterflies swarming in her belly. She glanced into the crowd, waving at Hilda and Elif before nodding at Jarl Holger. Scylla's gaze skimmed quickly past Lady Talia. That cunt! It's a British and Australian word, TikTok. Entertainment purposes only. See? It says right there and right there. Right there and right there. Entertainment purposes only. Just saying. Quickly past Lady Talia before landing on Jarl Hawken, whose expression looked simultaneously curious and irritated. He conspires, hissed Merrick, pumping anger and hatred through Hawken through her veins. Scylla squeezed Ray's hand, and his thumb caressed her knuckles in answers. Dimples, she recited, large hands trimmed his beard. The dark gods reacted, and with him, her anger. But as she brimmed with self-satisfaction, Scylla caught Ray nodding at Adel and nearly choked on her own saliva. What the hell? It seemed that sometime during Merrick's possession of her, Ray and Adel had found a tentative sort of peace. Indeed, Ray had informed her that he and Adel had been working to muster forces to join them in the Heartwood. Okay, Adel, you've come around. You're not a chode like your dad, and respect him. Unfortunately, with the bulk of the Hawkson's men stationed at the eastern border, it was not a straightforward task. Scylla and Ray climbed the dais stairs and then waited for her queen's guard to fan out on the floor. Once they were all in position, she drew a deep breath and began. I thank you for coming, Scylla said to the crowd. I know this is an unusual summons, but the fact is we live in unusual times. She cleared her throat, readying herself for the next part. I see not all have arrived, Caliph. Will you let our guests of honor into the hall? Whispers rippled through the crowd as attendees craned their necks towards the double doors. Caliph threw them wide open, and Jarl Agnar strolled into the hall with 24 warriors. Let's go! The room collectively gasped. Jarl Håkon leapt to his feet, an angry flush creeping beneath his bejeweled collar. The Jarl's hands strayed to his lips. Scylla was glad all weapons had been left at the door. You've shown Håkon, preen Merc. Now he sees who holds the power. Despite reminding herself that they were all on the same side, it was impossible not to feel a measure of satisfaction as Jarl Agnar and his men crossed the hall and settled into the vacant expanse of benches. It was she who brought these warring fractions together. She would restore peace. Excuse me. There is a snake in our midst, Scylla called out, a giddy feeling rising as she took in the shock expression in the crowd. Merrick wiggled gleefully. One who conspires against me. Hey, Allie Grace, welcome back, welcome back. Well, welcome in. Sorry you're late. Welcome in, welcome in. One who conspires against me. The crowd fell deathly silent, jarls and peasants glancing around with equal confusion. Jarl Håkon sat down hard, glancing around at his peers with a hint of worry. Someone in this very room has tried to kill me 4 times, and they will pay, whispered Merrick, the desire for vengeance surging through her veins. Rather than shoving it down, Scylla let it flow, revealing in this moment she wanted the culprit to squirm a little longer. But unfortunately, they hadn't had time. Lady Tala, called Scylla. Would you like to explain yourself? Tala looked around with a jilting. A jest. How humorous. But the silence seemed to thicken the air as Lady Talia's expression soon shifted to anger. Surely you do not accuse me of these attempts on your life, she sputtered. I was not even present for the rock slide. When Scylla's expression did not falter, Tala's face turned crimson. After all I have done for you, after I've taken you under my wing. Merrick crackled wickedly inside her, and despite herself, Scylla smiled malevolently as she gazed at Talia. Would you like to explain, she said loudly, how your son holds the deed to Ingvar's family lands? Did you force him to do the bidding, Talia? Threaten to evict his family if he didn't comply? She frightened. Preen Merrick as Talia's eyes widened. Keep going, Scylla complied. Or perhaps you'd like to tell Jarl Håkon what truly happened at the border mediations. Harkon's glaze slashed Talia's way. Or shall Jarl Agnar speak for you? What have you told her, Jarl Agnar? Demanded Lady Talia, sending him a thunderous look. Your child, this child is a proven liar, your highness. You cannot trust a word he speaks. She is a liar, countered Merrick, and Scylla had to seal her lips shut so as to not shout it out. This is the woman, Jarl Agnar, who came to our mediation on your behalf, Jarl Håkon, a so-called neutral party. But from her tongue came threats and the declaration that you'd lay claim to my borderlands. Preposterous! Claimed Jarl Håkon, leaping to his feet. Your men came into my lands and set fire on several villages. In retribution for the fires you set on mine, challenged Agnar. More, Big Merrick, more chaos, more strife. The god was festering on conflict in this room, and Scylla had to battle back his urges. Her hand slipped into her pockets and wrapped around a heart-shaped stone. Immediately, the god cringed back. Scylla brought her focus outward once more, where the two jarls stared at each other for a long, tense minute. Is this true, Lady Talia? Asked Håkon, on the his gaze sliding toward her. Of course not. Tala ran a shaking hand along her auburn braid. Tell them, Asa, urged Merrick, his glee a palpable thing. Show them the letter. Scylla pulled the square parchment from her pocket and unfolded it carefully. Your coffers will be replenished with 50,000 solas when Asa Volsic lies dead. She read, her heart pounding vigorously, and 50,000 more should Jarl Håkon and Agnar march against each other. Burned this note after reading. Yours, Queen Signy. Scylla's eyes met Talia's across the room. A pity you didn't burn it, Lady Talia. Where did you get this letter? Sputtered Talia. Did you search my quarters? She glanced desperately about. It is nothing but falsehoods, planted to place my guilt upon, innocence upon my shoulders. We have her, Asa. Let me in, and we will show her. Show them all what happens to deceivers. Scylla shook off the ominous request, focused on Lady Talia, whose eyes darted frantically to Jarl Håkon. You must believe me, Jarl Håkon. I relay your request for peace, just as you asked. Jarl Håkon's face had turned a furious shade of red. It is no secret that your house suffered financial mismanagement long before your husband's death, Lady Talia, said the Jarl. As a token of my friendship to your late husband, I've held a place for you in my court. But I can see now that you've abused it for your own gain. Spill her blood, wheezed Merrick. Kill, destroy. Show them what it means to cross a Volsca. Scylla massaged her temples, trying to keep her focus on her mind, on her former mentor. No, pleaded Talia, glancing about this as though searching for an exit. Please, Håkon, you must believe me. But Jarl Håkon only looked to his ringtone and nodded. The crowd gasped as Håkon's soldiers pushed to their feet. This woman must be punished, Merrick cried. She made you twist yourself to fit her standard, Asa. Toyed with you while plotting to take your life. The god had a point. Aside from the attempts on my life, I wonder how many of your lessons were designed to ensure my failure, Scylla found herself asking. You are the ones spouting lies, exclaimed Lady Talia, her anger reaching a boiling point. You ought to be grateful. How dare you smear my good name? Strike her down, seared Merrick, wrath burning through his veins. Squeeze the breath from her lungs. Let me in, Asa. Scylla ran her thumb frantically along the heart-shaped rock. Talia darted away from one of Håkon's warriors as he tried to seize her arm. Just as it looked like she'd reached the walkway, Lady Talia stumbled, falling hard on her stomach. Oops, said Kaja, pulling her foot back from where she tripped Talia. Ha ha! Good job, Kaja. And as Kaja's blue eyes met hers, an incredulous laugh came from Scylla. Håkon's men swarmed Talia to secure her wrists in the manacles as Merrick chanted inside Scylla's skull. The god was enjoying the spectacle just a little too much. Lady Talia could have maintained her dignity had she let them lead her out of the meeting chambers quietly. Instead, she went like a spitting cat. The Volscic dynasty is filled with wolves, hissed Talia, and she was hauled to her feet. The queen has plans. She will just be a leader and usher in a new era in this realm. Do not let this slander stand, Asa, pleaded Merrick. We must act swiftly and without mercy. But the chamber door slammed shut, muffling Talia's voice and making the dark god wither angrily. Scylla's fingers flew to her temples, and Ray seemed to notice. His step sneered. The press of his boot against hers made the dark god hiss. Still, it was difficult to concentrate through Merrick's tantrum. Scylla grabbed Ray's hand, focused on the feet of his thumb, rubbing circles on the back of her hand. And finally, she was able to turn her attention to the back of the crowd. Jarl Håkon stared furiously after Talia, turning abruptly to Jarl Agnar. I suppose my letters never reached you, Jarl Håkon, striding toward him with one hand outstretched. Agnar accepted Håkon's hand and shook it firmly. No, and I suppose mine never reached you. Oh, thank you so much for the gift, Sally Grace. No, a brief pause, and then, I can assure you, Jarl Agnar, I have no interest in your borderlands. In fact, I have a parcel of land along the northern coast that has grown cumbersome to manage. It is rocky and infertile, but the waters are thick with whales, perhaps your fleet of fishing vessels you could make use of. Agnar's eyes widened for a fraction of a second, reminding Scylla just how young he was. That would be... He cleared his throat. I would accept and offer you in return half our catch. To matter settled, thought Scylla. The realization that restored peace on the border caused satisfaction to shimmer all through her, and knowing this emotion to be her own, Scylla gasped onto it, refused to let it go. Merrick growled, trying to resurface, and she gained focus on the feel of Ray's thumb drawing circles across her knuckles. and she thought of the shield home, of sitting in the bed while Ray untangled her curls. The god cringed deeper, and Scylla blinked back to the present, only to realize the entire room was watching her. I am glad to see the friendships restored between your families, she forced out, bracing against Merrick's furious attempts to push forth. There is more we must speak of, she said, glad to have practiced his speech, as she required all her mental strength to keep the dark god at bay. I called you here today in this of all halls to signify a fresh start. This is the very place where countless plans have been hatched by the Oprenza, and so it seems fitting location to usher in a new age. An age where we stand shoulder to shoulder, east and west, Galdra and Knot, peasant and Jarl, axes in hands and hearts in alignment. I like to think of it as the dawn of the North. An enthusiastic cheer uproar from the crowd, and Scylla blinked in startling gratification as the dark god was driven further down. She let the sound bellow through the high ceiling chambers. Let the hope of optimism of these people loosen Merrick's hold. After a moment, she held up a hand and continues. You all know me as Asa Volsic, but long before that I was Scylla. Her eyes found Hild's, and her insides grew buoyant. I grew up with very little, earned calluses and blisters through my long days in the kitchens. I love animals to a fault. I can make 9 different types of bread, and I've been told I drool in my sleep, though I choose to not believe it. A murmur rose across the crowd, and Scylla caught Hild and Elf sharing an amused smile. She latched onto the warmth that bloomed inside her, used it as a weapon against the god of chaos. Scylla reached into her pocket and pulled out a heart-shaped rock, lifting it for all who were present to see. My foster father gave me this. A little Timmy right there. Pride and love and multitude of other emotions blossomed inside her. Some of you might know him as Thomas, others as King Yarden's bodyguard, but to me, he was Matthias. He raised me to be kind and hopeful, to be told these are not qualities one needs in a leader. Then you need someone stern, a queen who can strike fear in the hearts of your enemies. Scylla smothered her thumb over the rock's surface. Merrick thrashed deep within her, but he was distant. Smothered. It made her smile. That I fear is not me. Instead, I can bring a willingness to dig my hands into work and to fight alongside you. And above all else, I bring an eagerness to learn from those who know better. I am not too prideful to share that I am better suited for some tasks than others. Some would see this as a weakness, but I choose to see it as an opportunity. I am here today to ask you for your help. I do not care how many bushels of grain your land can produce, nor how far back your lineage reaches. Your rank does not concern me. Only the courage in your heart will matter when we face Merrick's creatures at Rorik. While the Jarls knew of Rorik's threat from their meeting, the rest of those present did not. Scylla found herself holding her breath, allowing a few moments as whispers rippled through the crowd. But she could not give their fears space to sharpen, could not relent to hold on Merrick. Scylla's gaze found Jarl Hargan in the crowd. My honesty has been questioned, and I will tell you now, Jarl Holger, you were not wrong. I thought that in order to gain your trust, I must hide parts of myself. Instead, it has only planted doubt in your minds. Ray's hand slid once more into hers, and they held the heart-shaped rock between their palms to give her strength to say what she must. Now I share with you the truth. I have not been well in my time in Copa. My mother, Queen Sava, made a bargain with the god of chaos, and that bargain now lives within me. She saw disbelief in the faces of the crowd, and Scylla did not blame them one bit. Yet as Merrick clawed back some ground in her consciousness, she forced herself on. A shard of Merrick lives in my body, and each day he grows stronger. I've hidden this away, afraid you'd lose faith in me. But in doing so, I've only weakened the bond of trust. So now I share my truth, the whole truth with you, as well as my plans tomorrow. I will leave for the hardwood with the western woods. There I will vanquish the leash and break the bargain my mother made. Merrick roared deep within her, his displeasure pushing forth, but Scylla focused on the faces in the crowd, landing on Agnar's encouraging expression. Rorik is indeed coming, the twilight of days. It begins with the long winter and ends with the fire raining down upon us. You may have heard of Merrick's serpent offspring slipping through the crevices in the north, and the deadly mist that has forced many from their homes in the west. This leech is Merrick's progeny, which has climbed from his realm through the deep roots of the Hardja tree. Each day the god of chaos gains more anchors to our realm, continued Scylla. But there is hope. The mother serpent was vanquished. The crevice through the mother serpent was vanquished. The crevice through which she'd entered our realm sealed. Do you know what that tells me? The room went silent, but Merrick was riotous. Anger leashed through her veins and pounded at her temples. Clearly, the god did not wish for her to reveal his plans. It tells me that our fate is not yet set. It can be rewoven, but we must act quickly. Tomorrow we ride for the hardwood in the western woods, and when Mara is fullest, we will do battle against Merrick's progeny and the turned creatures it has spewed. We need all the help we can get. No longer can we afford to be complacent on this issue. I ask for your swords. Scylla gasped, and Merrick riled against her, sending sharp strikes of pain through her skull. But through her inner tumult, she was vaguely aware that several figures had stood from the benches. Jarl Agnar and his 24 warriors walked across the floor toward the dais. The crowd watched as they dropped to one knee and bowed their head. Jarl Agnar's voice was low and carried as he spoke. Elsa Volsic has proven herself an honorable and truth-seeking leader. House Agnar pledges their swords to you. The lightness in Scylla's chest expanded, dulling the pain in her skull and easing the unruly beat of her heart. She smiled broadly, tears shining in her eyes. Both Scylla and Agnar knew how it felt to be underestimated. And so it felt fitting that the young Jarl would be the first of her oath sworn. But it was surprised her to see the next Jarl to step forth, Jarl Holger, who had witnessed her possession by Merrick, and had confided to Ray his distrust of Asa. The grizzled warrior dropped to one knee, his routine of battle-hardened warriors at his back, her insides turned light and fluffy, warmth sufficing all her limbs. Merrick thundered within her, trying desperately to regain control, but Scylla's smile only widened. She had the upper hand, and as more Jarls crossed the floor, she kept it. The rest of the Jarls came forth. Hild and Ellen and Eflin joined them. Stable hands, the refugees, the more. Adol stood, leaving his father to join the others, and soon Håkon joined them as well. Hundreds of people bending the knee. How many warriors that means for the Hearthwood, Scylla could not say. It would have to be enough. Tears of hope filled her eyes as she looked over the bowed head. She'd done the impossible, had rid herself of the traitor in the mist, had united the Jarldom, and had gained the swords they needed to the battle of the Hearthwood, all while a shard of her enemy lived inside her. Merrick snarled within, but he was buried deep. And she could not help but think, if she could do all this, perhaps she too could break. Perhaps she could break the bargain too. Wow, my words are fucking flying over the place. That fucking word moved like 4 places. What is happening right now? What is this? I don't know what's happening right now. Hey, MA, what's up? What's up? All right.
Facebook is full of haters.
That's why I don't get on Facebook anymore. I'm sorry. All right. We got 2. Where were we at? We were at 40. Oh, you almost had it. 64. Oh, I don't either. What don't you either? What don't you do? What doesn't P eithering? How long is this chapter? 10. Ooh, that's a long chapter too. All right. Riddick.
Just to be mean.
No way. Let me read it. If she slid into the DMs, let's read it.
Oh, I screenshotted it. I posted to
Oh, that's
Facebook. I posted her entire conversation. My response.
Are you putting put on TikTok? I can't see it on Facebook. You gotta put it on TikTok. Okay, put it in Discord. I'm like, no, we're riding. We riding. We riding. We riding. She made me so mad. She made me mad. All right. You still got a full tour coming. I haven't forgot about it. I haven't forgot about it. Discord it list. It's coming. It's coming. All right. We're going to get on to 53. So that way we can get to 54.
And she follows me.
And she follows you.
Why would you follow me?
We might be done reading just to talk about this drama going on over on Melissa's Facebook. I tell you what. They got fish porks. Oh, this is great. All right. They want the tea. They want the chi.
It's in Discord.
Oh, she said it's in the cord. It's in the cord. Everybody's going to bounce from the reading to go to the cord. Moving on, chapter 53. You can be with me for chapter 53 or go to the Discord for the tea. You want the tea?
Right. What? Sorry.
The tea or 53.
53. Stay for
You want to go
53.
tell the littles to brush their teeth? Thank you, love. Saga's fingertips skimmed the lace neckline of her wedding gown as she tried to... Oh, damn, they're getting married already. Oh, they getting married. They getting married early. Okay. Saga's fingertips skimmed the lace neckline of her wedding gown as she tried to quell the worry gathering in her stomach. She could hardly believe it was truly happening. Of course it was happening. She'd had days to put an end to the preparations. She could have chosen to do so. Instead, she busied herself overseeing preparations to leave the isle. Given the abysmal state of the Zakarian naval fleet, merchant and fishing ships had been commandeered for the voyage and fitted with stalls to carry 100 winged horses. Word had arrived from the clan's mother that the ore from the eastern mines had arrived and smelting was underway, with 200 new swords expected to be forged before the ships sailed to Isildur. Aside from the continued morning language lessons, Saga had seen little on her betrothed during this time. Cassandra and Ravi worked tirelessly to muster the best of the warriors to fight in Isildur. Somehow they convinced the High Prince and the Zakarian elders to send 2 shiploads of grain along with them, a detail that had rendered Saga speechless. She knew the long winter in Isildur would be dire and that this grain would bring some much-needed hope. In short, Saga's hands and mind had been so busy she scarcely had time to think of this day. But now it was here. There was no avoiding it. Today she would marry Cassandra Ruick. A flutter of low in her chest was quickly overshadowed by a twist in her gut. She didn't have to do this. Cass had told her as much. One word. She'd been on this ship bound for Isildur. Sagarian warriors at her back. His offer to fight, regardless of marriage, had meant more to Saga than he had ever known. But the fact was, her decision to marry him was not solely for her kingdom. For 13 years, Saga had been engaged to Björn. Wow. And her engagement to Magnus had felt even longer. She was no fool. I'm no fool. No siree. I'm gonna live to be 103 'cause I'm... Sorry. Flashback, wow. She was no fool. She knew that moment she returned to Isildur, her hand in marriage would once more become a bargaining tool. And Saga was done of being used in such games, but no matter how often repeated for good, logical reasons for marrying Cassandra, there was also intangible motivations. Saga could no longer deny the truth. Her husband-to-be was appallingly handsome. The curl low in her belly whenever she saw could no longer be ruled illness. Saga's fingers went to her lips, still tingling with the remembering of feeling Cassandra's mouth. He kissed her to the tub with such reckless abandon, and she'd returned it with equal fervor. Her body awkward beneath this touch, and though she never truly began, we got a cat butt coming, alive until she was in arms. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Lily! Hide the cat butt. This time, you are in front of the book. This time, said Alas. This time, Alice said, stern and unsmiling. Saga took one last look at her gown and strode into the room. Hey, baby girl. She soon learned that the process of marriage in Zagaria was no simple affair. It began in the Red Room. Ow, you're hurting Tim. No, you're cat-butting on. You just cat-butted all those people. You cannot use Timmy to cat-butt people. This is a family-friendly show. I just got back from being restricted, and you're putting that out here. That's why you have the only Lily. What are we doing? Your mother is going to be... Don't you just look at me like that. Your mother is ashamed of you. Ashamed. You put your cat butt out all up on the internet. I tell you what. Family friendly show kills me. We're trying to be family friendly zone-ish. Moving on. So the process of Zagari marriage was not simple. It began in the Red Room, and Esava and her handmaidens burning birch sticks around all her birch. Elsava explained as the smoke drifted. She's trying it again. Cat butt. Oh, you can't. No, you don't open chat. Why are you opening apps? Girlfriend, you are okay. Are you good now? You want love? Okay. All right. Birch, Elsava explained, and the smoke drifted over Saga's skin, is sacred to the spring maiden. She is who the goddess of love and fertility and the patroness of marriage. Next, the woman took up a song, flocking around Saga and gathering her hair into a single long braid. Your hair will be braid good intentions that you will carry into your marriage, said Esava. With a collective sound, what are you doing? You, girlfriend. Okay, you, my girl. Hey, come on. You're killing me here. You're killing me here, my girl. You're like your mother. You're killing me. All right. Your braid with good intentions will carry you into your marriage, said Elsava. With the collective sound of the surrounding voices. Okay, now I can't reach you. At least your butt's clean right now. All right. With the collective sound of their voices surrounding her, with the countless hands tending her, Saga's throat grew thick. What do you... Okay, play with the sword. Grew thick with emotions. Asa should be here on this of all days. If only she could reach her. If only she could talk to her. Strand after strand of pearls were layered around Saga's neck and the ornate beaded headdress upon her brow. Bells dipped from each side of the headdress, tinkled against yet more strands of pearls. Esava painted Saga's lips bright red before handing her a banquet of berry sprigs. Spring maiden? Saga queried. Recognized them as berries that had once garnished her plate. Esava nodded, her green eyes shining as she examined Saga from head to toe. The noble woman surrounded her, feasting a white fur cloak around Saga's shoulders. Perfect, announced Esava with a decisive nod. When Saga stepped out of Krovsgad's fortress, she blinked at the sight that met her eyes. The courtyard was still a mess with rubble, though crimson ribbons were now strung from the ruins, punctuated with the sprigs of greenery and silver bells. Flames cackled in the golden blazers, lighted the pathway cleared through the... Why are we biting me now? The Dietrich, and toward Saga presumed her husband. I've never tickled. Okay, maybe. What are we talking about there? What is that? Her feet faltered as the weight of this moment sank into her, and she took smooth, slow breaths, trying to quell her racing heart Ace. Ow, you son of a... You almost drew blood on that one, girlfriend. What are you doing? Come on. Come on. Come over here. Come get it. Come on. Come on. You're killing me, Smalls. Good Lord. Trying to quell her racing heart, Elsa and her ladies held the hem of her gown, trailing down the steps, shifting her bouquet with one hand. Saga tapped her fingers and the other against her shoulders as she followed the path around the bend. The roof of the royal forge was collapsed under her right, but the blacksmith and his apprentices had gathered outside in fine crimson tunics. They held candles in their hands, their baritone voices singing a low song. What? The fucking blacksmiths or the fucking choir? That's legit. As the path curved, a group of fortress servants came into view. Alice stood at the front of the group, but Saga recognized many of the other members of her fire brigade. Like the blacksmith, they were dressed in their finest, clutching candles as their voices twined into the song. She sniffed, but managed to send watery smiles. Oh my God, hang on. I got a puzzle on the tiki-talkie over here. You're not getting me, tiki-talkie. Yeah, I got you. Okay, we're good. And they smiled and sent watery smile on their way. And they walked, passing soldiers and the kitchen workers and the townspeople of Kovgard. It was not lost on Saga that the pathway she walked was the same she and Cassandra had taken during their language lessons. Her heart raced as the temples, red flags, and the wooden icons rose before her eyes. The singing grew louder, coming up from the direction of the temple. And as the throngs of elders and the nobles came into view, Saga's breathing swelled. She spotted the clan's mother and Kiva surrounded those horse maidens and the high prince who donned ceremonial robes. An arch had been erected before the temple tower, grasses and the winter berries woven through it, and beneath it was a place of vibrant rug. And then she saw her future husband, the blight upon her life, and the man who'd shown her what heights she could truly reach. Cassandra Ruick looked dashing, wearing a sack. But seeing him clad in the Zagarian kaftan that emphasized the breadth of his shoulders, the birth of his shoulders, and the broad of the green of his eyes, Saga was so distracted she nearly tripped on her own feet. She nearly tripped, but still. His gaze raked from her head to toe, as though he could not decide where it should land. But as it returned to her face, his eyes gleamed with new intensity. There was possessiveness in that gaze, so sharp she felt it on her bare skin. Next to Cassandra stood Oleg, looking as though he were in physical pain. Oleg can go fucking sit in road like this guy. That guy is a chode. I am not a fan of Oleg, and he can go Oleg this. Looking as though you're in physical pain, it was clear he'd rather be anywhere but here. Saga stretched a smile. The song suddenly shifted and growing somewhere more beautiful. Saga could not catch the words, and yet she felt the meaning, a blessing from all those gathered to the new couple. Saga handed her bouquet to Asava and stepped under the ceremonial rug. As Cassandra took her hands, his eyes buried like emerald fires. Kravatsia, he murmured. I can understand you now, she said softly. Good. Cassandra brought the scarred flesh on the back of Saga's hands to his lips. For a moment, she was transported back to the time in the gardens in Askeborg where they'd first seen those scars. From the very start, this man had never looked away from her, not even when she tried her best to hide. Elsiva and the women arranged Saga's skirt and veil behind her and then stepped back. The high prince led them through the prayer, then instructed them to bow to the statue of the Sagarian god. North for the father winter, south for brother summer, east for the spring maiden, and west for the autumn crone. Then Saga Volsik and Cassandra Ruick stood before each other, repeating words fled to them by the high priest. Saga's heart beat ferociously. She scarcely knew what she'd said. Finally, Cassandra stepped forward, and Saga's stomach... Girlfriend, you are just all over some shit today, my love. He stepped forward, and Saga's stomach began to dip and twirl. This man, whose face looked to have been carved by the gods, would be her husband. His fingertips skimmed along her cheek as he leaned down toward her. Saga lifted on the tips of her toes, eager to meet him halfway, and then their lips met, and it felt as though pure molten gold flowed through her veins. Saga's eyes fell shut. His touch making ground beneath her feet seemed to tilt. but he was pulling back. The crowd was quietly clapping. It was over. Dazed, Saga turned to the crowd, who called out blessings to the couple. The high priest presented them with a loaf of salted bread, much to Saga's confusion. When Cassander accepted it proudly before handing it to Oleg, Cassander slid his hand into hers, sending Saga's heart skittering. His hand was warm and rough with calluses, but as he squeezed hers gently, Saga's nerve eased just a touch. With the widest grin she'd ever seen, Cassander lifted their joined hands in the air, and the crowd cheered. And with that, Saga was married. All right. The marriage feast lasted long into the night with countless boisterous toasts. Yuri Ravogold praised Cassandra's virtues. Lies. Saga knew without a doubt. And they hoped they were blessed with 100 children. God damn, 100 kids. Holy, what are you having, like sets of 10? 100 children? Good googly moogly. Asava recounted with glee as Cassandra's first failed proposal when Saga responded had been to stab him in the shoulder. According to Asava, this was the day she knew Saga would make an excellent sister. That's fucking epic. The High Prince looked remarkably pleased with himself and made more than one speech praising the new daughter for saving the city and taming my unruly heir. Saga's consistent inclusion as part of this grand family made something catch in her chest. Logic told her to remain weary, that Oleg had tried to kill her, and the high priest would have handed her to the Urkins. Yet still, it was a lovely feeling to be enfolded into a family when, for most of her life, she had been kept at arm's length. Or perhaps she merely consumed too much midvutka. I like it, the midvutka. The Zagarian mead which flowed a little too freely. Esava at some point planted herself on Ravi's lips. The battle Esava had explained had put things into perspective, and Saga couldn't help but smile as she watched the pair fluent with their bludgeoning love. Kiva and her horse maidens had eagerly joined the feasting celebrations, and the midvodka had flowed, and uncertainly between the horse maidens and the nobles softened before Saga's eyes. She spotted one horseman teaching a noble woman their war cry, and another tried to drink the woman's husband under the table. And to Saga's great pleasure, the clansmother sat to the high prince's right, their heads frequently bowed in quiet conversation. Nice! So far, the wedding had been a surprisingly pleasant experience, though she wished she had just little time with her new husband. Aside from the ritual where they'd fed pieces of the ceremonial loaf to each other, she interacted with him very little. Each time Cassandra returned to her, he was soon entrapped by some old friend, an elder, a relative, but this did not keep his heated glances from reaching her, setting her insides aflame. Saga tried to quell her nerves as she conversed with the numerous guests, clad for her grounding Zagarian vocabulary. Gradually, the candles burned low and Saga's ladies gathered around her, ushering her from the husband's side and out of the feasting hall. "You must prepare your marriage bed," Asava whispered. Conspiratorially, Saga's heart once again found its rapid rhythm. The thought of sharing a bed with Björn had been abhorrent, with Magnus terrifying, but with Cassander, cat butt. Lily, all new, had feelings stirring inside her. She was flustered with nervousness and intrigued all at once. The woman led her to Cassander's chambers, anointing the room with birch smoke. But it wasn't until Asava produced a garment made just for Saga's wedding night that her nerves began to fray. The ground was stunning, white as snow and embellished with seeds of pearls. It was also transparent, leaving very little to the imagination. Cat butt. With soft, tinkling laughs, Elsevier and her ladies departed, leaving Saga alone in her room. Wow, 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 wow. Woo! All right. What you doing, Lily? What you doing? We got Lily behind me. All right. So, where are we at? Okay. I'm just going to go ahead, and this is a silent chapter. I know we got to spin. We got 2 of them coming. But I want to go ahead and I want to get this, since it is a silent chapter, I'm going to go ahead and get this silent chapter done. I will be just doing like I normally do if I read alone. I will try to let you know where I'm at with cues, okay? Since we know what's happening. All right. Ha ha ha. With that being said, here we go. Here, y'all want some music? Y'all want some music while I do this? I can give y'all some music. Y'all want a song? I can give you a song if you want it. Oh. I'm listening. That's funny. Saga's pulsed on, but she waited for her husband to join in the bedchamber. Lying on Cassandra's bed in a sheer dressing gown, she stared at the canopy. Visions of spoon and honeypots filled her mind. Spoons and honeypots filled her mind. Oh, my Lord. Wishing she knew more of that precisely. It's funny. They used flowery words to describe the act. Okay, we got flowery words. All right. How long would it take? And she's got to cover her most prominent bits. Oleg sounded jovial. He slammed the door shut. If any fool tried to come into this room, he shouted, I will cut off your legs and draw pictures with your blood. Oh, that is funny. TikTok. As again, TikTok, see? We're right here, TikTok, see? Entertainment purposes only. Okay. We must ensure consummation. Y'all just some cockholds. I'm sorry. Y'all just want to be some cockholds. Good God. Hmm? You talking about? Oh. What are you doing there? I'm ready to consummate our marriage. All right, so they're going to go to the table to have a drink. Cassandra handed her a cup, those emerald eyes ever burning as they dragged from her bare feet along with the pillow clutched against her sheer dressing gown, then finally landing on her face. Flustered, Saga brought the cup to her lips and sipped what proved to be Mid vodka. It went down smoothly, warming her stomach and softening her nerves just a touch. Tell me what you are thinking, said Cassandra, reclining. Saga flopped on the chair, the pillow still clutched in her chest. I don't know. Do you regret the wedding? Her gaze slashing to his as she caught the faintest traces of the vulnerability there. Perhaps his casual air was not so effortless after all. No. Good. Saga studied his face. Do you? Cassandra sips a vodka. How can I regret the thing I have yearned for so long? His words begot flushed the Saga's face. Cheeks, but her attention snagged on the subtle edge. Do you not like how your father made do you not like how your father made it happen then? Saga guessed, watching him over. His jaws flexed, answer enough. Cassandra, she said softly, in case it isn't clear to you, let me put it plainly. I chose this. I chose you. His green eyes heated, but they dropped and narrowed. Then this. He nodded at the pillow clutched to his chest. What is this? A slow smile crept across his lips. Is that clever mind of yours thinking too much, Winterving? Perhaps, she breathed. The flesh was now creeping down her neck. And what can I tell you to put it at ease? I do not know. Cassandra sipped his vodka, and his eyes never leaving hers. Would it help if I told you all that I want to do to you? Her heart kicked up a rapid beat, and damn it, but she hated that he could hear it. His brow cocked up. I see you are curious. Saga scowled under her vodka as Cassandra's amusement wafted across the table and rankled her further. It was unfair that he had this effect on her, and even more so that he could hear her body's response. She had the sudden urge to do something to bring the scales back to balance. Impulsively, she released the pillow. It landed on the floor with a soft thud. For a single weightless moment, Saga felt unmoored from her body. Swallowing, she crossed farther. Swallowing, she crossed one leg over the other, then reclined in her chair in her attempt to replicate her husband's nonchalance. And then she boldly locked eyes with him. Cassandra grew paternally still as his gaze roamed over her transparent dressing gown. The black pupils in his two bright eyes spread wide, his grip on his cup tightening until his knuckles whitened. Perhaps I am curious, husband, she managed. Victory flared in the pit of her stomach, but Saga soon felt a moment of trepidation. Rather than rebalancing the scales, she felt suddenly like prey. A wolfish smile curved his lips, and Cassandra ran a hand along his jaw. My delightfully wicked wife, I like this thing, Saga. It makes me want to... A mix of curiosity and anticipation prickled through her body. She tried to maintain her nonchalance, but her eyes betrayed her, falling to Cassandra's mouth. What? She asked. Makes you want to what? Green eyes met hers, sending heat spiraling through her body. Those eyes transfixed hers, enthralled her, commanded her to rise. Who was she but to obey? And though in a dream, Saga rounded, M.A., good night, love, good night. Oh, thank you for the... Let me see the book real quick. We got it, M.A., we got it. We're going to get to it soon, love. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for stopping by. All right. And Cassandra could see all in her. A look of feral intensity filled his eyes as he took her in, sending warm, pulsing heart all through her. Saga closed the distance between them before sinking down on the thick, sturdy thigh. This near she could not, soft hairs curling at his nape, a faded scar running at the edge of his temple. Tell me, she whispered. For an instant, Cassandra held himself rigidly still, and though he were on the very knife's edge of snapping. But then he let out a low, dark chuckle and leaned closer until his breath tickled her ear. Why don't you use your imagination? A soft sound escaped as her Cassandra brushed a tentative knuckle up her spine. You want to kiss me? Saga guessed. He shook his head slowly, gazed fixed on the hollow of her throat. You want to touch me? His fingers still just below her ribs, and he dipped the scrape of her teeth along her earlobe. Saga gasped with sudden understanding. You want to bite me? Cassandra drew back, running his tongue along his teeth. Does that frighten you? Yes, but it excites you. She swallowed. The thoughts of my calming bite make your pulse flutter. I can see it, right? His tongue slid along the hollow of her throat. Here. Saga's head tilted back as she felt the wet heat of him all through her body. And the same thought makes me harder than steel. Oh, like Superman. Bricked and clicked, here we go.
Bricked and clicked
I need a t-shirt that says that. I need a t-shirt that says bricked and clicked today on Wise Beyond the Stories. I'm sorry.
I'll work on that.
I'm sorry.
I promise.
I'm sorry. Sorry. Okay, here we are.
And we will make. This isn't going to be a fetch thing.
All right. Harder
Doing
than
it,
steel.
For you.
Which one? She says let's do it. Yes, let's do it. I hope she heard it.
Nah. Click for my cue.
Tonight is not such time. Oh, but do not fear it, Winterwing. Tonight is not time for such things. She said, yes, I heard. Please. Cassandra stood, effortlessly lifting Saga in an arm. All right, at the foot of the bed, emotions and sensations swirling. Okay, we've got the fingers exploring the bodies. Okay, the low pleasure sound of the back of the throat. It made her heart race with such speed. How could she get to make that sound again? Around their shoulders, brushed against the nape, shuddered, ran through him. Cassandra groaned, deepening the kiss. Saga had this sudden impression that Cassandra's two sides were at war. She's literally driving the animalistic, like literally going crazy on this one, right? Bruce Banner. No, Cassandra's not green. Stop, that's gross. Saga had the sudden impression that Cassandra's two sides were at war and that his humanity was hanging by the very finest thread, and that she had taken back an Askeborg guard. She wondered what might have happened when his control snapped clean through, though. Do you like that? She whispered. His fingers skimmed along the nape once more, and she was rewarded with another tremor. Confidence bloomed inside her chest. What else do you like? Cassandra gripped on her hips, tightening, and he buried his nose in the crook of her neck with a growl. His head fell back, the sensation swirling inside, building with each heartbeat. I want. Want was the only thought that she could name. Pure, visceral, unrelenting want. I want to my Winterwing, rasped Cassandra. It was only when the back of Saga's legs hit the bed that she realized he'd been walking them backward all this time. But tonight is not about what I want. Tonight, my wife, is all about you. Me? She asked, dazed, her skin aflame, burning through the rational thought. You, he agreed, if you wish it. I wish it, he chuckled, was the softest caress. First, I will unbind your hair, he breathed, turning her toward the bed. Cassandra unwound her braid with torturous slowness, shivers rushing through her, and Saga wondered where the feel of his fingers in her hair had taken such an erotic turn. Cassandra, she whined patiently, his gentle fingers untangled in the last of her braids, and Cassandra swept the spill of the golden hair over one shoulder. Saga heaved for the breath as her fingers found the buttons to the back of her dressing gown. And now I will remove this impractical garment. Impractical, she echoed. Terribly, he agreed. Yet, despite his jovial nature, she could sense him struggling with the buttons. You can rip it off, she whispered. His fingers stilled. Rip it, Cassandra, she urged. I can't take another minute. Saga gasped with a sharp tear of the fabric and sudden rush of the cool air along his back. Cassandra's breath sent goosebumps across her nape. With agonizing slow speed, he slid first one shoulder of the gown. It is now on the floor. The breathing has ceased. May I look at you? Instinct of the eyes. You are perfect, a goddess among women. You know, Cassandra, you know that you do not. It's only what? I'm not used to hearing such things. A growl built low in Cassandra's chest, settling the hairs on his arms. Those people he buried at the hand of the dark hair, moving it with deliciousness. When his gaze landed back on hers, it was utterly possessive. I will worship you until you feel like the goddess you are. I will break down every doubt those vile urchins planted in your head and build you up anew. And Winterwing, he stepped so near he could feel the warmth of him on her bare skin. I will make you feel very good. Oh, was all she could manage from her befuddled mind. Cassandra eased under the bed. Wait, she protested, breaking the kiss. You, her hands crappled for his Kieften. I want to see you too. The mischievous smile that had caused her so much trouble settled on his face. And then Cassandra was reaching for his wedding kaftan. Buttons popped off, fabric ripped. In the span of 3 heartbeats, it lay in a heap on the floor. All right, Allie Grace, have a good night, love. Good night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Thank you for stopping by.
Bye.
This says goodbye, love. Impatient man, she teased, but then all the humor drained from her as the expanse of his bare chest met her eyes. Then the sun-kissed skin before, but never had been bold enough to touch it. Now she slid her fingers through the dark dusting of the hair on his warm, firm chest. Ah, he's got hamburger chest. The polish of the black tattoos pulsed beneath them. She wondered how far his tattoo went. Well, you about to find out. And now Saga had her answer. I would not advise that, warned Cassandra, his eyes fever bright. My beast is very eager to claim you. Claim? Saga thought in the bite, and damn it, but her pulse did flutter at all. Not the night, Winterwing, smoothed Cassandra, his large, capable body sliding over hers. The friction was maddening, driving your needs to dizzying heights. Tonight you need soft. Tonight you need to be worshipped. The tips of the fingertips slid across her stomach. Oh, we've got some old Olympics. Okay, here we go. Moist. All right, so they're doing the up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start code. All right, they're working the buttons on the Olympics. All right. He's working that circle. He's working that circle button. Oh, he's doubling. He's got that dual action going. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. All right. A little stronger. He's trying a little stronger, a little deeper, a little faster with them buttons. Okay. All right. He's adjusting the pressure. All right. Sometimes those buttons are pressure activated. You press too hard and it's not good. You press too soft and it doesn't get enough pew pew. You know what I'm saying? You got to find that right pressure. Oh, there he goes. He got the pressure. Yep. Okay. Oh, shit. Level's getting harder. Let it out. Scream. Oh no. A low guttural sound came from her chest and went on for a small eternity. Don't eat the box. Great timing, Liz. I said that in the chat. Oh, it's funny. She had no thoughts, no worries. He made it all. Calgon, take her away. Only Saga, only Cassander. I chose you, Saga, the first time you showed to me your fire, he whispered with unexpected tenderness. In gallery, when you told me I am no one's pet. I'm not, she mumbled, trying to catch her breath. I would apologize for my behavior that day, but we both know I am not sorry. She slapped him lightly on the chest and chuckled. Oh, my little movement started a new level. That level didn't fulfill her. Okay, she wants 2 levels. All right. There was an edge to his voice. He's only fair. He's enough for me to hear your sounds. It is enough for me to look into your eyes as you find pleasure. Today you have shown much bravery. We have time, my queen, to savor one another, to play and to learn. Okay. Cassandra Suave. Time. Tomorrow we sail. Saga's eyelids grew heavy, but they jerked open at that. Tomorrow? A lazy smile curved her husband's lips. This is my wedding gift to you, my beautiful wife. Tomorrow we sail for Isildur. What a good set of chapters. That was, Lily, you are going crazy over here. Wow, that was a good set right there, folks. Ooh, we went a little over tonight, but that's okay. That makes up for Monday. That's all right. That's okay. All right, let's get... difficulties of the TikTok, eh? I hope everybody had a good time coming out here hanging out with us. Oh, listen. Let's be honest. My friend, it is so early for you. I don't understand how you are here. I am so honored and amazed that you show up as much as you do during the week, knowing that you're going to get up and seriously on that. It means so much. I'll do it again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut the shot and I'm lost. It's all the time. Oh, you just stop. I have no chance at anything tonight after that scene. I can't wait to see this tea that's all up in the cord. All right, love. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully we will see you soon.
Actually, flying to the post now. I never hear people talking there, man.
I've always liked to fire.
Maybe that needs to be seen.
Comments you did.
All the dumb DMs I get.
I've always liked to.
This girl right here. She might be cat butt in. I can't even. Stop. What are you doing?
She's stuck. She's stuck.
You're gonna knock everything over. Good Lord. Where? All right. For those that are just here, do not forget, we will be. They say love you, Lady Liz. Do not forget. Please come join us for that. Come down, check us out on our Discord. Let us know if you need it, and we can hook you up. Otherwise, with everybody else, I want to once again thank you for coming out, hanging out with me. Sorry for getting in trouble on Sunday. We couldn't be here Monday. But with that being said, after this button, we got the room down and button, and we're calling it a night, folks. Once again, thank you all for coming. Thank you for the support, the taps, the likes, the gifts, everything that y'all do that allows us to keep doing this. I'll never be able to thank you enough. Thank you all. Hopefully we get a good song to bring us out. We're going with... we're going with this one. All right, everyone. Until next time, have a good night. We will see you in the Discord. Have a good one, folks.